All right, Painkiller already, 148 with our guest iFlyILLINI.
Yes.
Yay.
Hey.
The epic return.
The epic return of iFly.
No pissing on this show. If you gotta pee, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I don't have any Gatorade bottles with me, so I'm going to have to.
There you go.
Oh, do we want to start off with my topic, or do you guys have something you want to kick in?
I don't. That pissing comment just went right over my head.
Oh, he made a confession video, like, right before he left YouTube for a rest, and
Yes.
and in it, the confession video was that I guess he peed in a bottle during the last PKA.
I did. Yeah, the last one I was on, 3 hours long. I drink a lot of water throughout the day. And, I mean, the whole confession video was absolutely true. Everything I said in it was true. But anyway, I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't want to miss anything, but I had a giant 32-ounce Gatorade bottle sitting on my desk, so I just used
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I do it all the time. I do it all the
Yeah,
time.
but
Sometimes
say,
I do it
Kyle-
with the glasses.
Kyle
Like a
gets
juice
his dick
glass.
out once a week.
You remember that scene in that Mel Gibson movie Signs where all the glasses were sitting around full of water? I have a similar
Yes.
situation in my bedroom, but it's not water. Sometimes you just gotta finish that that round of Call of Duty. You can't be getting drawn away for
I want
bathroom
to get into my
breaks.
topic. I'm all about my topic, so are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
That's not true, by the way. That would be weird.
All right. Wings.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lightning round, and I think at some point we asked you how much you would require in payment to be in a porno movie. Do you
Yes.
remember this?
Yes.
Do you
it's
remember your
15,000.
amount?
15,000.
I think it was 5,000.
I seem to remember 5 as well.
5,000
I
was
think
your
5
quote,
was.
Okay.
5,000 was your number. So I got a message. Hey Woody, it's Abe. I've played with you from time to time as part of Joe's group of COD buddies. This is Joe Lozon's group. We play Call of Duty together sometimes.
Yeah.
I was listening to your last PKA, and I'm seriously interested in finding a connection in the porn industry. No, I'm sorry. I was listening to the last PKA, and if you're seriously interested in finding a connection in the porn industry, look no further. I can give you the details later if you're interested, but pass this along to the other guys and see if Wings will put his cock where his money is. Oh, wait.
Oh, wow.
His money where his cock is. Oh, fuck. His money where his mouth is, and make this porn for $5,000. If this message gets lost in your slew of other messages, I'll probably catch you on Minecraft.
Holy shit.
Did they got more details than that?
That's
It's
I read
$5 grand. What do you care? $5 grand. Stick your dick in something and
Oh
get
my
paid.
gosh.
More
No.
details? Are you asking about the Minecraft server? I'm not...
Do it, Wings. Do it.
No, I'm looking at it like this though, Lefty. I mean, $5 grand.
It's not going to be anything weird either. It's totally just going to be a chick.
I don't understand. It's just totally going to be a chick. But on the flip side of it, you're giving people a lot of ammunition. I basically just slid a whole bandolier over El Presador and all these little lackeys.
No, man. No,
Oh,
it's not
please.
like that. It's not like
You know,
that.
those haters
No.
aren't getting any sex. Wings, let me tell you this. I've been saying it a lot. Everybody pities the weak, but jealousy is earned, right? If you go out there and lay one of these things and these guys are all jealous and they're giving you hate, then you know you've earned something. $5K, baby.
He's right.
They want to pay you
earned.
$5,000 to have sex with someone that you would probably pay $5,000 to have sex
You
with.
get sex and money and probably
Did I
catering
not
for the
just nail
shoot
it?
as well.
Yes,
You did.
yes, you
You
nailed it.
definitely
That's it. You're going to earn $5,000 to have sex with someone you would pay $5,000 to have sex with.
You know what the best part of it is? About
No.
fucking that really hot chick? Everyone knows it.
Yes!
And they get to tune in. And be like, yep, Wings is getting after it. Yes, sir.
Yep.
That is what's going on
Absolutely,
right
Wings.
there on the
I'm
screen
just
that I'm
saying,
looking
like,
at.
the details are too vague right now to give a yes or no to.
Okay, well let's give
I
you
mean,
some hypothetical
all I've heard,
instance, if you will.
all I've heard is porn and $5,000. I could be going into gay porn, far as I know.
My friend, porn and $5,000 are two of my favorite words. So let's slow down a little bit.
Plus,
That man
aren't
behind Wings has a crooked penis.
gay porn actors some of the highest paid, like in the business, in the
I don't-
entirety of the porn industry?
I never know
I'm
what
not
to
gay,
believe
but
about
$5,000
porn
is $5
numbers.
grand. I'm just saying.
I never know what to believe about porn numbers, but I would say that $5,000 would be a good amount for someone, a minor league celebrity of Mr.
It's in your
Redemption's
room.
status. I think that's a good payment. It's a good amount.
Woody, when you were going over that scenario, like the whole $5,000, I was thinking, it wouldn't take much to get me in a porno, $5,000. But then when you actually said okay, this guy emailed. He's legitimately offering $5,000. That made it a lot more real. I was like,
iFly, don't lie. We already know you do it.
No, honestly, come
You've
on.
done it for less, baby.
I
Come
have.
on now.
That's right. But now that the whole thing has happened, I'm not sure that I would for $5,000.
You don't think you'd do it again?
For $10,000, that's getting closer to the mark, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mark would hit. I don't think I have a number.
Wings
right
did it
now.
for
I'm in
free.
a
He
spot where I can't do it.
strapped on a GoPro for free and was like, "Yeah, I want to do this."
I didn't put that in syndication though.
If you could recover that footage, but wait, you'd want the girl to be okay with it. I somehow didn't really.
I'm
think
sure someone can edit that face out though. They could just put
There
like
is
a,
no
you know,
face.
It's good to go.
That's good to go.
There's some face in the beginning and the end though.
Dude, I
Right?
totally
Come
want
on.
the Wings. I think you need to start a new RedTube channel.
You probably monetize at a higher level on RedTube than you do on YouTube.
Oh my god. That wouldn't be hard.
Like a 20 million view video on RedTube's worth $8 million or
Wings,
something.
do you want me to put you in touch with Abe here and see where this thing goes?
Sure, shoot him my email.
All right, I will do it. I will do it. Every week we'll have a status update on the Wings of Redemption.
Now I have.
Hang on a minute. I have a better idea. Wings, why don't you let Heather handle this for you so it gets done right and everybody is taken care of? That's what I would do.
Because Jordy has his own like little things, and to me, it's like, who would I be doing? Like if it's somebody I've looked at for a while, then it's a bit more enticing offer. If it's just some random girl they pulled off the streets,
No, it's dude.
No, she's going to be a professional, I'm sure.
Let me
everybody's
explain
a
to you.
professional. I mean, like it's a business where you're considered a star if you just get in front of the camera.
Ah, no. They'd say that about us, but look at how charming we are.
Yeah.
Wings,
Wings, what do you care? You're getting $5,000. You should
Yeah,
be.
man, I like where this is going here. I think, if you can agree on the girl and, and they'll do this thing, you should totally do this. This would be legendary. We would have a porno to our name.
Wings.
Yeah.
We would get. We
You
get
know,
to
you know
write
what needs to happen?
We
We
get to
need
write
a
the
Painkiller Ray T-shirt
We
I
get
can
to
wear.
write the scene. No, stop right now. That's our negotiating stance. The Painkiller Already crew here gets to write the porno scene that Jordy Jordan is in.
Should we begin now?
Yes, we should.
Scene opens. Jordy saunters into his room.
No. This has got to start on the highway. It's got to be picking somebody up in a truck.
Oh, no, wait. You get pulled over by a sexy female highway patrol officer.
What if he were to defend... All right, so just laying this out there, right? Girls on side of the road, broken down, getting hassled by somebody. Wings of Redemption saves the damsel in distress with a mag light, and then she does him in compensation.
And then she does his mag light.
What if they did some hardcore stuff with the mag light?
Yeah.
We gotta get more sponsors in this. We need to get wet in
Did
this.
anybody else notice how that progressed at a pretty reasonable? That escalated at a pretty normal pace.
Yeah.
Then the girl turns out to be a tranny.
No,
Oh,
no
God.
trannies for Wings of Redemption. You won't
No,
have that, will
you're
you, sir?
thinking of Kyle.
Yes, that's me. Now, Wings, let me ask you this: to make a porno with a tranny, and we're talking like one of those hot trannies that we always find online.
Mm-hmm.
How much would that cost?
9 inches of power, Wings. Remember that.
No,
At a
not 9
minimum.
inches of power. Not 9 inches of power.
That's what they all have.
Like a normal
Give me a second.
inch of
Let
power.
me calculate this.
You do. It's the transsexual is not going to penetrate you, but you will have to give mouth sex to that individual.
Wings, you make it sound like you have some sort of formula pre-planned out for these.
I think he's on MS
Like he's got-
Calculator right now.
He's
working
on
it out.
Excel. He's running this through fucking Excel right now.
I am. The number I would need is $59,400.
Where did that come from? What the
I
hell?
knew.
That's how much debt he has.
That's the exact number of my debt.
Yeah, I knew it.
You have $59,400 in debt?
Yeah, I like 35 of that's the truck.
What's the rest?
I got 4,000 in the IRS, and then I put 20,000 in there for myself.
Just spending money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not debt.
That's not debt.
No.
The 20,000 out there is the debt of like shame I'd have to hold on my head.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
So I thought you actually took out a loan for 20 grand so you could make it rain somewhere. That's what you just said.
I was like,
No,
holy
that
shit,
$20,000 is what I tagged onto the
modular
payment.
home.
Oh, okay. So you only owe 39.4.
Yeah.
And if you sell you have an extra. People don't know Wings has several trucks, but and if you sell one of your trucks, then the bulk of that is gone.
Yeah. I mean, the other four is the IRS.
Yeah. All right.
And if you take this paycheck, you can afford to sell your truck or at least hold out a little longer to sell your truck, or sell your truck to somebody else because you're upside down on it. You were worried about how much you were actually selling it for, right?
I'm not technically upside down on it. I just can't move it at the price I want to move it at.
So what does upside down on a loan mean to you?
Upside down on loan means to me is the truck is worth less than the loan is I own the loan. The truck is worth $39,000. I owe about $34,900 on it. That doesn't mean it's upside down.
I feel like everyone's like, get back to the poor, but the truck is worth what you can sell it for.
Woody, are you
Back to the
trying to
poor.
argue math with Wings of Redemption?
I don't know.
He's got
I-
stats.
Yeah, but see, the definitive thing of upside down on loan is that, though. It's the truck
true.
is worth more than the loan.
Jordy's right.
The truck is, but he's.
My truck black books for more than the loan value.
Is that different from the blue book?
Well, the Kelly Blue Book is not used anymore unless it's in
What's the
California. It's
silver
the Nada
book?
Black Book is what we use in South Carolina.
Ah.
The truck is worth what you can sell it for. Back on topic.
I need to look off the prices myself.
Everything is worth what you can sell it for. That's how you determine their values.
Okay, so here's the setting: Wings of Redemption, driving down road. Are we gonna make him a truck driver, like a big rig,
Oh.
like a big rig, right? Like
Well,
he doesn't.
I don't know what the budget is on this thing.
No,
It
no,
might
he's not.
actually- Wings
Okay,
might have
well,
to provide.
let's shoot for the sky.
Well,
Let's not aim low for our big man here. Let's
I'm
shoot for the sky with this, and if needed, they'll size the truck down.
I'm just throwing out a cross-marketing opportunity. Wings could drive his awesome truck with the for sale sign and a phone number in the
Oh,
window.
wow.
That's going to really set the mood to get some dicks hard.
And just get it, like, we could start with the close-up of the for sale sign and then, like, pan
What
out
if-
to include the
What if there
entire
was
truck.
what if when he stops to help the girl, she's like, "Nice truck. Is it yours?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it's for sale. Just call that number if you're interested." I got a better
No
idea.
game, Kyle.
I got a better idea. How about you give me your number? How about I give you never? And then we go from there.
This is awesome. This is working.
Yeah. Now, is he gonna do?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do an outdoor?
This is like
scene here?
this is like the lamest '80s porn I could ever watch.
All right. So is he gonna like whisk her away in his Big Bubba big rig, or like what's gonna go on here? Is he
No, they got
gonna
to do it in
her
the
big
cab.
rig?
Yeah, they're doing it in the cab.
You know,
Ooh.
more.
Oh, a sleeper
Dude.
big rig, right? With
Yeah.
the thing in the back?
Oh, see, now it fits in the budget. All we need is a big rig now. That's the whole fucking set.
That makes it work.
So Wings, 5K?
Like I said, there's lots of details that are vague. I'm not going to agree to do something with
Well,
this.
you're not signing a contract
You're
here.
gonna
Are
get
you
the back of the
generally-
big rig and have sex with a woman. That's what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
Exactly.
Are we?
Wait, as long as it's not a
There's
dude or a
couple things-
tranny, you
there-
better be
There's
doing
a couple
it.
things I'd like to.
If you
know.
had this
One,
five-
Better idea. Hang on, rewrite. Total rewrite. Total fucking rewrite.
I can't
Total fucking rewrite. All right. The girl's a fucking Girl Scout, and he's
Wait,
a camper
how
in the
old is this
woods.
girl?
He's a camper in the woods, and the girl's a Girl Scout.
Whoa.
Wait, how old
No.
do the Girl Scouts go? Because this could be.
Like 15.
18. She's an Eagle Girl Scout. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. She's a very of legal age Eagle
All right.
Girl Scout.
In the outfit, right?
Yeah, totally in the outfit, but the outfit's totally not made for like 18-year-olds because there are no 18-year-old Girl Scouts, so it's like really skimpy and showing everywhere. And then Wings of Redemption is dressed up like fucking Smokey the Bear. Like he's got the pants, the suspenders, and the hat, nothing fucking else, and he's out there camping in the woods. And he does a little play off Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires, babe. And he fucks the shit out of her out there by the campsite. And that is your porno right there.
Budget-wise, here's what I'd need to know. I need to know how much syndication they're going to go out for, how many units they plan on selling.
I'll tell you what this contract say. They're like unlimited in every universe known to man, even in past universes.
I
I
also need to know their previous big sales. Like, if this thing is going to go, what kind of market am I going into? I don't want to sell myself short at $5,000 if they're going to end up making $105,000. I'd much rather get a percentage at that point.
That's the risk you take, though, because they're the people who can distribute the
but see,
the videos,
at this point,
I can film them.
I could film a porn. At this point, though, I would be the main attraction.
Very good money. I think $5,000 is good money, and that normal porn stars make $1,500.
Normal porn stars are in a lot better shape and don't have a major following.
That's exactly the point, Wings. They're in better shape. They're in better shape, better looking. They only get paid $1,500. You're getting paid $5,000 to have sex with a chick that's better looking than any chick you've had sex with probably in the last decade.
You're gonna be getting chicks like I get. It's gonna be nuts.
Oh, great!
I've seen the chicks that you get, Kyle. And I wouldn't have sex with them.
Nah, I've seen the chicks that Kyle gets. They're good. They work.
Wings, you're right. You do have a huge following, but think about how many of those people are actually going to buy this porn. I mean, it's going to be
one right here.
I don't know if can I watch Wings of Redemption get busy? Like,
I can. Yes. I will know.
Just imagine ad sales alone. Just imagine they had
I will buy this video, and then I will come back and I will tell our PKA following whether or not he has a beautiful penis.
Oh God!
It's a service I provide.
You gotta think about this. They're going to sell DVD, which is not the hottest market anymore.
Here's how you do it.
Wings, just get repost rights to your YouTube channel. That's your only negotiating standpoint.
Yeah.
I wanted the ability to post this to my...
post this on his channel?
Yes, you can. You can post the audio. You post the audio, and you can do commentary over it. And you can be like, oh, this is the part where this is happening, and then you roll audio. Howard Stern does that shit all the time.
How about you do it this way?
Perfect.
I mean, you set a video stream up and you charge $2 to have access to it.
Wings, you're $5,000 payday for a one-day shoot to have sex with a chick.
Somebody's gonna bootleg that shit 5 minutes later.
If I do a mediocre video that isn't like a sex tape, it gets like 50,000 views. Imagine 50,000 people paying $2. That's $100,000 right there.
I think you're shooting pretty high here.
Yeah. See, all right. So this is how this works, Wings. They're gonna. I'm guessing.
You're trying to talk me
we're
down.
not talking about DVDs anymore. It's not DVDs. They're gonna post this on a website, and it's gonna be only on like X Hamster or whatever, their PornTube or whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna be on one website, and they're counting on ad revenue to help counter this thing, and that people are gonna watch more videos. If you went to a porno site and watched Wings of Redemption, wouldn't you then have to watch some other normal porn like to get your head right? Of course you would.
Oh yeah.
They're getting double their viewers instantly. It's just like you stay up late and watch a really fucked up movie. You got to watch some Looney Tunes to get yourself normal.
You know what they offered the Aquamom to have in a porn?
Dude, that chick was literally on the Howard Stern show the other day. Like she did national media coverage, like mainstream.
I understand. I'm not putting myself in that level, but they offered her $1 million.
You're not getting anywhere near that, Wings.
I know, no, but I understand it. If they offered her $1 million, that means they can make more than $1 million.
That's a lot of money.
They're not going to offer something they can't make back.
And $5,000 for you is probably
this guy jumped at $5,000.
And another thing is you don't know what.
Let's go ahead and bust this down. Let's say 10,000 people buy this DVD for $6.
I think you have to discount
That's $60,000 right there.
Yeah, Wings, the DVD is a dead format. Let it go.
Yeah.
DVD's done.
Whatever.
We're on to Blu-ray, baby.
Let's say you put this on a site with a membership fee that's like $25
I want to
a
see
month.
Wings' cock in SD,
Hell
HD, or
no.
GTFO, right?
I want that shit in 4K. Let's do this. Let's do it. I want it to be real.
Yeah, man. It just needs to have staying power.
Wings, I think you can do vlogs from the porn shoot site. Like you can do pre and post shoot
like I
vlogs.
said, there's way too many vague
with the
ideas.
girls? Yeah, man. Oh, that would be great.
Like
Wings,
in the trailer, not naked, just you're in your trailer. I'm assuming you're going to get a trailer because your Wings of fucking Redemption, but you get your own trailer.
You're gonna get a trailer, but
All right.
most likely it'll be
Wings,
as a
all right.
private to a house, and there's a girl there, and they have cameras and lights set up.
They will assign one of the rooms to be your green room. That's what will actually happen. I've been on shoots. It's what it's like.
Wings, look, this will make you a lot of money. This is what you do. You vlog the whole time, and during the negotiation process, when they talk about actually, if they're serious, if you actually talk to these people about doing this thing, you could ask them, what if I hung around for 4 or 5 days and vlogged around the studio and made a bunch of vlogs that were kind of, with your stuff in the background and all the girls in the background and kind of what's going on, and then that would continue to like promote the site where you guys put your stuff. They
Wings,
would
I want
totally
you to make a
do that.
vlog and do a shout out to all your haters. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to fuck her.
They could totally get like 3 or 4 chicks to like pile on top of you every time you do a vlog and just be like lathering you with oil or something crazy.
Oh my
You could be
God.
wearing like a robe, like a toga or whatever, and they're, oh dude, come on, make this happen for us.
Wings.
Like I said, there's a lot of vague details. You're trying to get me to say yes to something I don't see contracts for.
We don't want you to say yes. We just want you to say
We want you to agree in
maybe.
principle. We want you to express an interest and say
Exactly.
yes.
Agree in principle. Say that, yeah, if everything goes the way that, I want it to, realistically speaking, I will do this.
All right, Wings. Is that what you're
I
thinking?
want you to say, if the money's there, I don't care.
I already said give him my email address.
All right.
The money's there, I don't care.
That's your line, Wings.
Yeah, but there's long-term repercussions for this kind of stuff too, and you guys are just rocking it
I
out.
don't care.
Yeah, I know the long-term repercussions. No more debt. You'll be able to sell your truck at a price that, and this $5,000 will help you bridge the loan. You know,
Yeah,
how you can't sell
what happens when you put Jordy Jordan in a search engine and the first thing comes up is me getting my dick sucked when I'm on a job interview 5 years down the road?
Then you show that guy the job interview. Yeah, that was me.
So you know what? Get this. Now listen. I didn't pay her. They paid me. Like, high five, job offer.
That's what you
Yeah,
do,
that doesn't
Wings.
work that way. Too many. I live in the Bible Belt.
All right, so I'll give him your email. I'm getting a tentative yes from you.
Tentative yes.
Tentative yes.
And I'm sure
How
that
about we ask iFly? What are the repercussions of having a sexual innuendo out there on the internet?
this is very
Is
different, I
it
feel.
it's a bad backlash, right?
I don't know yet. Well, I mean, as far as specifically YouTube and stuff like that, sure, there's a bad backlash. But are you talking professionally? I don't know yet.
Oh, because you haven't like gone.
Yeah, but nobody really knows your real name though.
I mean, if you search Evan Dorshef, it's pretty easy to
Well,
correlate.
then you just mess that up.
I think he said it because he knew it was out there.
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah, my address is out there. So every now and then, someone like exposes me and puts my address on the internet. Like motherfuckers, more people know my address than Santa Claus. Like North Pole is not as famous as North Colport. Like that shit's so out there.
Have you been working on that pun for a while?
I
'Cause
know,
that
it just
seemed
came to me
okay,
just now.
All right,
Yeah,
I like
nice.
it. I like it. That's good. That seemed a little bit too, like the timing was a little bit too good to be off the cuff.
The North Pole part was new. The more known than Santa Claus was old.
I'm kind of
Yeah, but that's the North Pole part. North Pole is not as famous as that. Was really good. I like that.
Well, I appreciate your
Yeah,
compliment.
there you go. See, people
work
say you're
here is
not
done.
funny. Yeah, we can end the show. Wild card.
Look at
Everyone
my
know
Google
I
search.
saved you from a wild card. Carry on. Sorry.
Look at my Google search.
We have to search you on Google.
No, I post a link on-
he also did.
Yeah, also do a Google search.
He also.
Like I got a guy with like a drawn dick in my face on it already.
Oh, you have. For those of you who are not looking at what happens when you
Oh God, that
Google
showed up on my
search
recording.
Jordan. There are 5 images of Wings of Redemption in a row, and I think there are 5 that he wouldn't mind. 2 of them are obviously posed, and the other 2 aren't that bad off the cuff. The 5th one is his face on top of a crudely drawn stick figure drawing.
Is any
One of the
stick
hands
figure
is
not
clearly
drawn?
grasping a disembodied penis and testes.
Wings, or Woody, I hope your recording doesn't fail because that was definitely on the screen while I was looking at it on the screen region.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the most crudely drawn penis I've ever seen.
That's,
no.
It's low resolution, but I just, people.
I mean, that doesn't even count as a penis. And he looks, it's not like he looks happy about it. Even, I will say this, if they were smart Wings, they would have used that picture on the left for this drawing.
The one with my big old beard.
The one with your mouth very wide open. That one would have been the perfect one for this opportunity. Instead, they used one where you look like you're kind of upset about what's going on. You're not happy. You're not happy to be holding this
This penis, yeah.
in your hand. You don't like it. I almost feel like maybe you just ripped that dick and balls off of somebody, and you're like, yeah, fuck you.
Wait, what is it? What is that like other line? Are you wearing like a cape as in this?
No, I think
stick
that's
figure?
supposed to be like a body and a belt line, and that little dash is like a zipper.
Oh, okay.
No, that's actually that little thing in the middle is supposed to be my belly button. I still have one of those half shirts on.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so you're
Well, I guess that's one way to look at it, but that would suggest that you have very small thighs.
New topic?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So it might look like we don't have a sponsor for tonight's show, but the truth is CoverGirl is sponsored us. And iFly is modeling it for us right here. What are you
Yes.
wearing right now?
Well, this is actually Gabeline.
Okay.
Yeah, Gabeline lipstick, as you can
So they're giving you a hard time, or people are giving you a hard time because your lips are a little bit redder than normal.
see. Oh, they're red. They're
Now, are your lips naturally red, or are they chapped at the moment, or like what's going
Actually,
on?
this is about as dry as they get. I keep licking my lips because usually I wear a lot of lipstick. I don't know,
10-minute loop.
No!
Great.
Oh,
Oh,
no! What
man.
did you do? What did you do? We were digging you out of this.
I know.
Oh yeah. So anyway, they're fussing at you because of the color of your lips. People are fussing at you.
Yeah, they're extra red, and so I've got a pretty shitty webcam, which doesn't help us all. And now I've got this light over here, and so I wear chapstick a lot, and then they radiate like crazy. Looks like I'm wearing lipstick.
Yeah, I know. So the lips look red on camera, right? But the wood behind you has a strong red tint, and like your face is very pink. And I think it's actually like your lips might be red, but I think it's like halfway just camera too.
I think the
he's-
camera just doesn't a white balance auto adjust.
I think what happens is that this guy has really good skin or something over here, and we're just not used to somebody looking this good on camera.
Thank you.
Like his lighting is going. He looks really good on the camera. It looks like he's got makeup on, though he
Okay, that's
claims
another thing. That's
he
another
says he
thing.
doesn't. You know.
I get so many comments in any vlog I do about how I'm wearing makeup and lipstick. Drives me nuts.
You should wear a wig one day on your vlogs and just go with it.
Do you want to talk about the whole like backlash to the Chatterbait thing? Tell the story like you did in your video. I saw the video. I think everybody saw the video. It was pretty.
Yeah,
well
I
done.
mean, I could talk about it if you have.
If
any
you don't
specific
want to, you
questions.
don't have to. It's just
No, I'm perfectly fine with talking about it.
okay.
All right, so I guess I'll kick it off. I saw the video. You had some debt coming out of school because learning to be a pilot in school is incredibly expensive,
Yes. Yep.
and you felt financial pressure. And one of the ways to make extra money, aside from YouTube, was a site called Chatterbait. I don't know if it's .com or net or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Chatterbait.com.
Nice. Chatterbait.com.
Yes.
And how much did you pull in on that?
Okay, that I do not want to talk about because it's the reason being it's just so embarrassingly low. Like, Wings, you're talking about getting 5,000. That's like way out of anything I made.
An order of
Okay.
magnitude. Order of magnitude.
Magnitude as far as
An
That
order
means,
of-
like, times 10. Every
yeah.
so like 100 is an order of magnitude more than 10. 1,000 is an order of magnitude more than 100.
I don't want to get into that.
Okay. All right.
Type it in the chat. Keep it a secret. Type it in the chat.
What he wants to know. He's like,
Yeah, I won't tell anyone.
We'll never tell.
We won't ever tell.
You have my word.
I know a
As an
lot of
Englishman and a
secrets.
scholar.
I don't
I
say
think-
shit.
I could probably count on two hands the people that know.
Oh, well then it's out there.
Well,
It's out
there's
there.
only 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, so you can
Let's
probably
make
still
it
count on
3
two hands.
Add a foot in there.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good to go.
There you go.
All right. So anyway, it was a number that was kind of low, and you don't like to put it out that
Yes, yeah.
that you don't cost more. If you're going to do it again, the number will be much higher.
Yeah. Better be.
All right. So you went on Chatterbait.com, and then did you ever find out who recorded it? Like who was there? Who discovered you?
I have no idea. I think the first indication that somebody knew me in the chat was somebody put Yaush, and then I was like, oh, fuck. Because then I was immediately like, somebody's putting two and two together here. And
Were
so,
you with Yaush, or you think? they
no,
were?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't with Yaush. I
But-
had disconnected from them a while ago, but still, I mean, I was with Yaush, so I knew somebody
for people who don't know anything, there's a couple different networks in the community, and basically their job is to find ads that go in the start of your video. Machinima is one, Atomic is one, Yalsh is one, Fullscreen is one. So anyone who wrote Yalsh kind of like
They know the
YouTube
YouTube
scene.
Yeah.
So that was his clue that someone who knew his worlds were colliding.
Yeah. Yeah, so I remember I tried to play it off. I think I like tried to chat with him a little bit, just be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Just see if I could kind of, if he
Charm
had any
your way
bad
out of his
intentions,
problem.
yeah, kind of bring him down. But that obviously did not happen. I think, I don't know where it went from there. I think people started putting more personal information. Somebody said like iFly or iFlyILLINI or something like that. And so that's when I
So how
shut
does
it
the
down.
money work? Like, people, it looked like you had a fundraising goal of 500, and I don't know if they were like real life dollars or if it was some sort of like Chatterbait buck or something like that.
Yeah, it's based on tokens. So you just pay real money for tokens. You get a certain amount of tokens, and then you tip the performers.
You tip the performer tokens, and then I guess you get probably not a direct conversion, right? Some percentage of that token.
Right. I think it works out to be like 50% of
Okay.
whatever you
Okay.
get.
Yeah, and I feel like we're dancing around the thing. So it was a site where, is it just masturbation, or there like
No, there's couples on there.
there's couple performers on there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I wouldn't have looked at yours at all. If there's couples on there, why waste time with iFly's
I
things?
mean, really, it's mostly females on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe that explains why I hadn't heard of it before the whole YouTube thing.
The problem was, like, it's
Wait, that explains why you had.
Yeah, that
because
ki-
there
yeah.
aren't very many men there.
Yeah. Yeah. I go to sites that where the men go, right?
No, you go.
No. You go to
sites
where the men go,
are.
not where the men are performing.
No. Oh, maybe I misunderstood.
No. He means women performing. The women on camera.
Oh, I said it backwards.
Yeah,
No.
you said it
10-minute
completely
loop.
backwards.
10-minute loop. Loop that shit.
Yes.
Loop it.
No, I thought he was saying that there was mostly women watching. That I misunderstood.
It's forever. It's forever now.
Like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's out. So,
So anyway, the problem was, I mean, it ranks people based on how many viewers you have currently watching you. And so mostly it's women up there, but I actually was like #1 every time.
congratulations.
Yeah. So,
Oh, every time you said?
yeah,
So
Like
you
for
would
the whole
consistently outperform the girls.
right. And so that's how
It's all that
people
lifting.
saw me. I mean, because if you have to scroll down a while to actually get to most of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like somebody wasn't just going through guys' videos and then happened across me. I think they saw like the little thumbnail of me and then recognized me. And
Yeah, so they were looking for girls probably, and then they were like, holy smokes, that's iFlyILLINI. And then
yes,
they checked you out, and they write Yalsh, iFly, etc. And yeah.
and then it blows up from there.
But they still looked at your penis for a little bit, so you got that
They
over
did.
them. There you
A
go.
lot of people looked at my penis for a little bit, I think.
I saw it.
I looked away, sir. I looked away with dignity.
Oh, man.
Although I couldn't like pick it out of a lineup or anything. Like I didn't really investigate. I just
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah. All right. So then I'm trying to think. What happened next? How did it? It went from that guy, and then people were tweeting it to me.
Yeah,
And
so
saying-
I shut it down, and then I was like, fuck, this is not good. I got to do damage control. So I go on Twitter. People are chatting me in Skype, hey, is this you? And I remember seeing the tweets, or my tweets, it was like one a second, just people tweeting me about this.
I made a video saying it wasn't you. Kyle and I did a dual comp.
Yeah, I
We
remember
thought-
that.
I thought it wasn't you. I did. So in your video, if I do say, you have been working out. Congratulations, my good sir.
I'm no stranger
And-
to the gym.
But I knew what you look like, or I guess I thought I knew what you look like, based on this Skype profile picture that you used. And it was kind of a wide-angle shot, and it's you standing in front of a jet. Can you identify the jet? I don't know my jets. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I was standing in front of a jet. I think I was just standing in front of an apartment building.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
in a
It's
flight
you
suit.
in uniform in front of a plane, I think.
Okay. Okay.
You don't know the picture? Well, then you
No.
can't identify the jet, I guess. But anyway, if you could picture that the camera was like far enough away to include the entire plane in the picture, and so my mental image of you, which was from a tiny little Skype avatar type thing, was of a really skinny guy, like almost like a. I don't mean to knock Hutch here, but like a shorter version of Hutch is what I thought you looked like in my head.
Yeah.
And when I saw you on that, like the GIF that kept looping, I was like, that guy hits the gym a lot, right? You know, and I thought, I was like, they're not the same people. Now, okay, I'll admit the hairstyles match, but it's not a distinctive hairstyle at all, you know. And Kyle jumped in. He's like, right, I know, 5 cops who look exactly like that.
Yeah.
You know, because you're a military guy, police guy, lots of people have short hair, and that wasn't distinctive at all. And someone else said the doorknob matched. Now, don't look at the doorknob behind him right now, because it's not the doorknob that was in the picture. It was just like my doorknob. I don't know if you can.
And it was just like mine too.
Yeah.
Woody and I were talking about this, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm looking at mine. Mine's the same fucking one."
Do you see that? You can barely see it. Do you see that stupid brass doorknob I've got back there? I put myself on the main screen. Every doorknob looks like 80% of the doorknobs in America are these stupid builders, special, shiny brass, whatever. And I'm like, the doorknob matches. That's not evidence at all. And the walls were white. Yes, white walls are very normal. Like I'm not seeing any good evidence here. And then they're like, well, I think there was a Black Ops picture in the background, which I'll admit is better evidence, but it's also one of the most played games in the history of mankind. You're not doing it for me yet, All right, I'll admit there's someone who looks like him, but not exactly like him in my head.
There was a lot of circumstantial evidence, if you will.
It was, yeah, exactly. And then what it was the infamous ugly purple couch.
Yeah.
That was
fucking purple futon. Jesus.
Someone linked me to a home tour that you did.
Yeah.
And it was, I'm watching it unconvinced. It was it was a longish video, call it 10-minute plus. And finally it was a really distinctive purple couch, and I'm like, oh my god, I was wrong all this time. And it's the biggest mistake I made that year, I would say. Like, I wish I had just never mentioned the topic at all. But I put up like a correction video, and it was a nice correction video, and it gave some advice in it, I thought. But and then you asked me to take the correction video down, and I did. And now only the video that's up is the one that says it wasn't you. And I'm fine with that. Fuck him.
Yeah. I remember, I watched both of those videos. I remember the second one about the correction video. And I remember at the end, this might seem weird, but I remember very distinctly you telling, like, it was like you were speaking directly to me. You said something like, you need to just surround yourselves with family and ride this out. And that kind of, that hit me.
Yeah, but it helps to like get off the. I mean, these people on the internet. Well, in your case, we'll get to it. It became more real, but usually the kind of internet hate I get only hurts when I look at the monitor. I can go step away, go downstairs, play with Colin or something else, and it's over. It's not there, right? It's only as deep as Twitter gets. But with you, they went further. It was like they had a vendetta against you or something. It was.
Well, it wasn't until I made that fake confession video. Well, I mean, it was an actual confession video, but it wasn't to what people were expecting.
Right.
And so, for some reason, they thought I attacked them by making this video, and they felt that I was a bad troll, and so that was enough for them to make fake Facebook accounts and message all of me and my ex-wife's friends and family and contact my superiors. So that's what they did.
So your wife vaguely knew of the Chatterbait thing, right? It was a concept that she wasn't strongly against, but she didn't know you were executing on it. Is that correct?
Yeah. I remember talking to her about it, and before she found out, and then when it blew up, I remember she was like, somebody sent me this email. And it was from fucking obviously Jesus.
I've never told anyone that, but I knew that.
Yep. And so he contacted her and said, "This is what your husband's doing."
Do you remember all the
picture.
details?
As far as
this this is how it happened. So your wife had a YouTube channel, but she never posted or anything. She just had an account, right?
Twitter account. She
Was
didn't
it
have a
Twitter?
YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yep.
See, this is how I remember you telling it to me. And then someone sent her a message on YouTube, and then that auto sent an email. And that was how she got notified, because she checked her email, but she never really looked at YouTube messages. Does this ring a bell? Do I have
Okay. Well, I mean, there were both Twitter and YouTube people messaging her.
Oh, okay.
I think obviously Jesus might have sent the message through YouTube, and that might have been the email that she got. So I think you might be right about that. But and then also she checked Twitter, and then people were going nuts on that too. So.
And then suddenly a concept that she was kind of okay with in theory, when the backlash came in practice, she was traumatized by it. Didn't go well.
No, it did not go well. Yeah, so then, I mean, both of us were just trying to keep this huge secret from everybody, because there were a few people on base that followed me on YouTube, but not actively. I remember she came home and said somebody was saying that people are calling iFlyILLINI iFapILLINI or something like that, but he didn't really know what exactly was going on because he didn't really look into it. He just thought it was a joke or something. And so, I mean, all these little things just kept putting stress on our relationship. And that was before even I got investigated or the Air Force found out about it.
And then we try not to mention, give haters our shout outs on PKA. But there were a couple guys in the community who actively told your chain of command in an effort to get you fired and crush your dreams of being a pilot.
Yeah, there's a couple people. Won't name any names, but one guy who is actually in the Air Force thought it was his duty, and that I had shamed the Air Force, and so he emailed my superiors as well as another officer in the Army who also contacted my superiors. And then there were a lot of people that put the picture on the public affairs Facebook page for the base.
Wings
I'm
has
not
a
sure.
prop. I don't know why.
Yeah, why is Wings holding two? Oh, he's putting $2 on the. I'm not sure it was him though. I think you might have the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got the wrong. I know who it is, and I'm not saying his name, but I don't think it was him.
Wings? Did you just?
Yeah, Wings falsely accused somebody.
I didn't say nothing. I held $2 bills up just to show my YouTube money.
That's not cool, man. Not cool, man.
It wasn't him, right, Evan?
Right. No.
Yeah, well, just to be clear, Wings made a mistake. And I'm trying to think. So
Yeah,
what?
I know people wish they had $2. I mean, but you can't live that YouTube lifestyle.
Let it go.
Let it go, Wings. What was? Now they went and friended your wife and friended your relatives, and they made it their mission to make sure that everybody who you know in real life knew about your online troubles.
Yeah. And I don't know how many people actually found out about the message, because I tried to do damage control on that as well by marking it spam and marking this profile as fake account. And so a little while after it sent, I don't know how many days it was, but eventually the profile got removed and the message was removed. So I don't know how many people actually saw it. We didn't have anybody come to us and ask us about it, whether or not they were just kind of embarrassed to mention it or they didn't find out about it. I don't know, but I think that was fairly well mitigated.
Okay. I'm just thinking out loud here. So, and I thought that was part of the reason why the marriage broke up, because the social pressure from the people in real life kind of got to her. Is that not the case?
Not specifically, no. I mean, it was a combination of a lot of things. Mostly, it took this event for both of us to realize that we weren't meant for each other, which is a much better thing to have happened now than later down in the marriage when we possibly would have had kids and would have been much more committed. So,
what were the financial ramifications of the divorce? Did you guys both
Basically,
kind of broke, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just split 50-50 everything. It was fairly clean. I I was left with all the debt, of course, and just split our assets and went our separate ways.
How is that fair, though? Why did you end up with all the debt?
Yeah.
Wasn't some of that
no,
shit hers?
If I had $90,000 extra going in the marriage, she would have gotten $45,000 coming out of it. But
I mean, when you were doing all that flight school, you were doing it with the assumption that you had this wife supporting you in the background. I mean,
Sounds like you deserve some alimony.
we weren't married at the time. We weren't even
That's a shame.
engaged.
that would be the greatest alimony case ever, wouldn't it? If he was like, look, I spent all this money on this flight school, and the whole time I thought I had this woman backing me up, being my life partner, and then here she's just out of here now, and look where I'm left. Where am I left with all this debt? She needs to chip in. And I can see a judge like, that actually kind of makes sense. All right, let's do it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That would
I'm
never
trying to think.
happen.
That's almost the end of the story, right? Like, am I missing anything?
Well, once the Air Force found out about it, then there was that whole interrogation, and that was rough, because I didn't go into this end of the video, but so when I got picked up by OSI, which is the Office of Special Investigations, they do investigations for any crimes, anything like that. So they picked me up like 3 o'clock on a Friday, and took me to their interrogation office building thing. And at that time, I was supposed to be coming home from work, but I wasn't. And so I was getting interrogated for about 4 hours, and my wife had no idea where I was. I couldn't text her. I didn't have my phone with me. And so she located my phone, and it said I was in a ditch somewhere on the side of a road, like off base somewhere. And so she had people looking for me. And so then I get out of OSI, and now we've got to cover up where I've been, and I've got people asking me, like, so, dude, where were you the other night? Like, missing for 4 hours, and your phone was in a ditch. So I had to try and make up excuses for that, which kind of sucked.
You should have said you dropped your phone and it just did something weird.
What's OSI like? Like, is it a courtroom type environment? Is it?
So they have just a couple. They've got a small office and a building on base, and OSI agents are plainclothes. They had suits on. They carry guns, and so I was just taken into this small, plain white room with 3 chairs and a table and cameras.
Can I,
I mean,
ask a question?
Yeah.
You keep bringing up they carry guns. It's like, I live in South Carolina. What is the implication here?
I think he's just letting you know that they're authority. You know, they're authority.
I carry
figures.
guns, and I'm not an authority.
That's
well,
just,
though.
we know we've talked about that before, Wings, and none of us
I'm
feel
saying,
real,
like,
real good about it, to be
I
honest.
guess, okay, they carry concealed weapons, where like even the cops on base, they do not, and they're in uniforms and they have holsters on their legs and stuff like that, and are easily identifiable, whereas OSI just looks like a guy walking down the street.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this sounds a little bit like the scene from The Matrix, the first Matrix movie, where they've got Keanu Reeves in the room and they're offering the deal.
Yeah, exactly like
yeah,
that.
it was that room, right?
Yeah.
Did they do that thing where they took your mouth away?
Yeah. Yes, they did just that. No, but I mean, it wasn't like a real harsh interrogation. There was no torture or anything like that. But I mean, it looked just like a room from a TV show. And so they just sat me down and asked me a whole bunch of questions, read me my rights, asked if I wanted a lawyer. I said no, because at the time I thought, what the hell is gonna get me out of this? I mean, it was pretty much.
In retrospect, do you think an attorney might have helped?
I mean, it couldn't have hurt in retrospect. So
Yeah.
yeah, who knows?
What did they actually charge you with?
Conduct unbecoming of an officer, which is basically
That sounds like a bullshit charge.
You need Tom
Yeah,
Cruise
right.
on that shit. Tom
Okay,
Cruise
so-
gets you off that shit.
That sounds like. Oh.
funny story that actually came out of that. So one of my friends got reclassified into intelligence, and he went to another base, and apparently he got a briefing about how they're going to add nudity as an offense to the UCMJ. So since they couldn't charge me with
created
that,
case law, essentially. You're
exactly, yeah,
groundbreaking.
yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
And what's next? So now you're.
I'm just saying, like, conduct unbecoming of an officer is jerking your dick.
Yeah,
It's a broad category.
Well, if you're broadcasting it on the internet, I suppose, and you also have a large
What you
following.
do at that point is like, I didn't know I was doing that. It was all.
Well, he was a hidden camera.
Wait, dude, what is
That's
that
what you should
in
have
this?
done. That's what you should have done. It was a hidden camera, and I was a victim.
Oh my god.
I want an
How can you do
investigation.
this
I
to
want people
me?
sent to my house to figure out where these cameras are and where they're sending this stuff.
How many times did you do the Chatterbait thing before it went bad?
3 times.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I had in my head it was like
Weeks.
I'd have this
Yeah,
question nobody
like-
seems to be asking you.
Yep.
Like, what kind of self-confidence do you have to be looking at that and like, yeah, that's something I can do? Like, when they asked me to do
He's
the
no
porn,
stranger to the
it,
gym.
it went from the idea of, like, this could be fun to,
Wings,
like,
we've-
hole in the throat.
We've already
Like-
established this, Wings. The man's skin is so good. He looks like he's wearing makeup compared to everyone else we've ever
Yeah,
seen.
but Kyle,
and his
Kyle, look
body
here.
is crazy because he stays in the gym all the time.
Kyle, look here. You Jim, yourself, if you were in money troubles, would you go jerk your dick right now for money in front of other guys?
Like, how much money, man?
We don't know. It's undisclosed. He didn't know going into it how much money he was going to make.
I'm not. No, I
But
wouldn't
he
do
pushed
that.
in the alleyway.
I wouldn't do that. No.
Okay, Wings, here's the thing. So, I mean, I didn't really have that much self-confidence going into it. But as soon as I did, and as soon as I've got all these followers watching me, and I'm at, like, the #1 spot on the site, and people are telling me how big my dick is and how great my body looks, that boosts
So you
your
got the girl thing going on with the attention. Like, you like the attention behind it.
Everybody
mean-
likes compliments.
That
Yeah.
helped, sure, but I mean, that wasn't...
I'm just saying, it's like
Why
girls
I
on
was
dating
doing it.
sites. Like,
if I thought that was the reaction I'd
No,
get.
no, this isn't girls on dating sites. This is
Tell me if
girls
I
who
got the
chose
pose.
to come here to be entertained by you.
What are you?
Oh.
I wonder if it's a chatterbait for my legs. I got massive tree trunks for legs.
My calves. Is there-
God. Well, my calf makes both of yours.
It's true, but you like effectively exercise them with all the time. It's not fair.
Evan or iFly. Do you prefer Evan or iFly, or is it either
doesn't
or?
matter.
All right.
Evan, let's go with Evan.
All right, Evan. One thing that I saw was that there was a lot of people like coming at you after that, and now in your comeback, calling you faggot and you're gay and
Oh, yeah.
and riding on you for that. Was there ever? There was never. I just assumed because you were married. There was never a component of sexuality to the chatterbait thing, like a homosexual component to it. Was there, or was there not?
I guess I think it started as the fact that, so I was doing this in a camera, and there's going to be both men and women watching it. So that turned into being, okay, Chatterbait is a gay website. And then I remember it went into, like, I was masturbating to gay porn. Somehow it went to that. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, all of that rumors just sparked this huge homophobic response to me and what I did.
There was a GIF of you. I didn't see. All I saw ever was a GIF. I never saw anything in video form. And I bet I'm in the majority there, right? Like, a lot of people saw this one particular GIF that was passed around. And in that, there was something in the like, there's a scrolling chat that goes by on the side. It kind of looked like Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody wrote something that implied that they were male.
Yeah.
You know, it was clear that, like he wasn't doing anything gay, but hey, whoever watches, watches. And I think
Yeah.
that was,
I
how it was.
just tried not to think about that, but...
Have you ever thought about rebranding yourself since you're basically starting over?
So rebranding myself for YouTube?
Yes, like you just said, your name's iFly, but I'm not trying to throw anything like previous things to your face, but from my understanding, flying is out of the question now.
Right.
Why not rebrand your name and become a different person, to put that part of you behind you? So when people say iFly, they see a channel that's over here dead and gone, and then you have your new channel.
Right. The guy's in good shape, right? He could be like six-pack shooters, and he could just like, you know,
He could
do
wear assless
commentaries.
chaps on camera and walk around wearing bike
Another
gear.
thing of me is,
Right?
like, I don't like to shoot down anything somebody enjoys. And you obviously enjoyed the Chatterbait thing. You're laughing,
Is he
Kyle, but
serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
He just sat here and admitted that he liked the compliments and it made him feel good. And as he did it, it made his confidence rise because
Sure.
of the way people were treating
I don't
him.
think he's.
Why don't
he's
you own
considering,
up to that? And I'm not saying I'm not saying that, but just fuck it. I'm a fucking sexy beast. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I want to see you and Ronaldinho do shirtless commentaries together.
Yeah, shit. Fucking take the shirt off, put some oil on your chest, get an oil sponsorship. Be like, I got this 20-2 gameplay for you here today, but let me finish this up.
Yeah, I got. Right.
You could be like the male girl gone gamer. You could be the male version of that.
Yeah, you can be the male and female.
Oh, I don't want to. She never. You see, she's not picking on us.
I'm not picking on her. That's fine.
Okay.
Just a little
I would say
prodded.
you
It's okay.
You could be a male girl gamer. Like they essentially all like do this number right here. You can just show the abs off like
So
in every.
that'd be great if 95% of my viewers were female, but instead it's 95% of my viewers are male.
So my idea of you oiling up your nipples before 35-0 flawless gameplay is a bad one.
I don't see it going extremely well enough for me to rebrand myself and start
You're
over.
right.
Yeah.
Shaved nipples.
Well, rebranding would be a good
nipples.
option,
My
I
new YouTube
think.
channel.
I mean, so you're saying completely shut down iFly?
No,
and start
not
from
completely
zero
shove it down. Take the people with you, but say you get another subscriber boom. I mean, those new guys won't know any of this. And eventually the old subs will kind of filter out because eventually people give up on YouTube. They quit. They go on with their lives. YouTube is a phase for a lot of people.
I don't think this is a guy who's embarrassed by this anymore, Wings. I think he's fine with having.
I'm just saying, why keep? It's just advice. Dude.
Another thing is, not only am I not embarrassed by it anymore, but also after people have heard the story, they're a lot more supportive of it, and I just like the whole event that happened. So.
Your crime is you did something stupid.
The punishment didn't fit the crime. That's what I was about to say. Like these guys wrecked his dream of flying, and they put him in a financial mess, and his marriage even split, and this was one of the catalysts for that. And all this terrible stuff happened. Why? Because he masturbated? Dude, everybody does that.
And you know what? A lot of people, if they had a lot of people throwing them compliments,
heartily agreeing.
Like if Wiggs is like, "What do you think I'm doing right now?"
I'll drink to masturbation.
Hairy palms.
Oh shit, son! I jerk my dick, son. Why wouldn't I? I have a
Have
sexy.
you ever masturbated during the show, Wings?
We'll find out.
I don't even need porn. I can look at my dick and be like, yeah.
I'm sliding you up the scale to 15% gay, and I have another question. Have you ever masturbated during the show?
No.
No. That's a no from Wings of Redemption, and I didn't expect it.
Why would I masturbate during the show?
I don't know, man. Why do you do half the things you do? You're Wings of Redemption.
Why would you let your brother's sister or girlfriend come in?
You drank your own urine, bro. I don't know what to say.
Well, we brought Miranda in last time, Lefty, to ask him about Crook. And she just
right, but then she came back in showing you stupid memes and talking about coupons.
Lefty, are you still sore about that?
Yeah.
What? No, I don't care. I liked my response. I thought it was funny. She didn't take it all that well.
They gave him a hard time on Reddit because he said that about because he kicked her out, and we all wanted her to leave. We felt like her time was up, and she was being a bit distracting. And Lefty was the one who stood up and was vocal about it. And
she could have had. She had so many ways to go about this. She could have given me shit right back and made it just as funny. And been funnier about it. She'd be like, "Because this is my house, motherfucker." I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't gonna get that from Miranda. She's got this anxiety problem.
And the other thing you guys on Reddit have to keep in mind, we've got a better sense of how the situation feels. We weren't about to pick her mind and get any kernels of real world truth or any funny anecdotes or anything like that. She was just going to show her phone to Wings a little more. That was it.
Yeah. This is episode 148. We're not noobs at this.
Yeah.
The show is better with her gone.
Wiggs, did you change your camera angle? Thing?
No, I just clicked on the follow my face thing.
Oh, let's do it, Wings.
Woody's is much more effective. There we go.
Oh, there it goes.
I think maybe because your room's a little bit more dimly lit, maybe it's having a hard time.
That's all I did the follow my face.
What webcam do you have, Wings and Woody?
I have the Logitech.
The C920.
Yeah.
C910, I think mine is a slightly older one. I thought about buying the 20, but
I think I have the 20. But it's I think Woody's looks better than mine.
It does.
Probably the lighting.
Woody's got some serious lighting that you're not.
Yeah, you don't even
seeing
know.
right
I got
there. Like, you go to Woody's house and you're like, whoa, seriously, bro? He's like, yeah, well, there's the makeup stand. That's where I.
But like my lighting is so shitty, it kind of like almost like you can see like static behind me.
Yeah. See, I'm not a lighting guy. I couldn't tell. I couldn't diagnose Wings' lighting problem. Like, does he need more yellow light, white light, fill light, backlight?
I need light pouring onto
He
me
needs a
to kind of cover
forward-facing
this
fill
monitor.
light.
That looks like he's covered. He's like bathed in like white light. And
Yeah,
it's,
I got a 28-inch monitor in front of me with basically white background.
Yeah, it's throwing like a blue thing. What he needs is a reflected amber light towards his face. It'll give him a tanner look.
Warm you up.
And it'll warm him up. And it'll fill in the shadows. Like, the shadows are ugly.
You don't want shadows. You want all that lit.
Normal room lighting makes you ugly. It's not what you want. And you know, like, if you're ever on I don't know if you guys have ever been on set, but they shine lights right at you. There's these big soft boxes, and they fill your face.
Yeah.
If you were to do extremely bad lighting, would be bottom light, right? And you see it at the campfire, right? You hold like a flashlight under your chin, and the shadows are all in the wrong place. That's the worst you can look. Second worst you can look is the way you look all the time. Lights on the ceiling, coming straight down. Your eyebrows are throwing shadows on your bags. Your nose is throwing shadows on your lips, stuff like that. If you want to look a little better, shine that light right at you, and you'll be 20% sexier, like me.
Yep.
Like if anybody ever went to take pictures as a family, like family pictures as a kid, and you always hated that day because it was like a couple hours wasted in stupid positions that were uncomfortable. But if you remember, there was a ton of light on you, and that was the reason why.
Yeah, there's light, and there's like two umbrella lights, right? Typically doing the flash thing, coming at you from either side to fill shadows everywhere.
That's to make those ugly kids look good.
Yeah.
Lighting talk.
See, I always thought they were
actually
just
gets
umbrellas. I didn't know they were special. I just thought,
If
like,
you
wow,
use
you
enough-
just unfurled an umbrella.
And you just continuously add more light the uglier the people are.
I think if iFly had a wig on, he could damn near pass for a tranny with his lighting and color correction going on there.
He's a pretty man, is he not?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I saw it.
Is it okay to say that he's a pretty man?
I don't know how to feel about that.
You look.
I'm just saying, as I look from left to right, he is the prettiest man on the show.
That seems like he can't grow a beard.
No, I cannot. No.
Wings is the most bearded man on the show. By far. What's your goal with that now? I know you talked about the Gimli thing and braiding it. You're not serious about that, though, right? Where are you going with this?
I feel like it
Boy
hasn't
with
made
the Ghibli
progress
beard.
that it once made.
Would you consider doing something crazy like dyeing it red? Like doing some sort of subscriber challenge, and if they give you an X amount of support on a video, a realistic amount of support, not 1 million views or something, but would you dye the beard red?
I'd have to get 10,000 likes for a week.
10,000 likes on every
Per
video, for
video?
a whole week just to dye it red. It doesn't
damn,
stay
that's-
red.
yeah.
You can wash it out, dye it back.
Yeah, but see,
I think a better request would be 10,000 likes on the video of you dyeing it red plus another video.
See, Wings, for you, I'd recommend purple. I think you'd look good with a purple beard.
Or purple. Yeah, I said red because you wouldn't look bad with a red beard.
Wings' beard was awesome, and I didn't realize how incredible it was a few weeks ago, and I feel like it's kind of stabilized.
it's not stable. It's actually growing. It's really thick now. You see?
Maybe we need to get that pick out and fluff it up.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't think I have it around me. I got a
Where's
comb
my
here.
beard pick?
Where's my beard pick?
I've never thought that thought or uttered those words. in my
No,
life.
no, not the comb. We need the pick, baby. Where's that at?
No, for me this is working.
Yeah, this works, but I would have liked to have seen like one of those picks you see in like gangster movies.
He had a giant pink pick that you saw from.
It's in my room over there.
What was it called? Space Wars or the Mel Brooks movie?
Spaceballs?
Spaceballs.
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 Yeah, he had like that Spaceballs pick before.
We're combing the desert. We ain't found shit.
If I'm being honest, that movie was better than Star Wars.
If you watched Star Wars lately, like that movie moved kind of slow.
Boo to Star Wars. We've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure the whole Painkiller Already crew agrees that Star Wars is an average. And we're talking about the original Star Wars trilogy is an average trilogy at best. It is a slow-paced, boring melodrama. It really is, and they keep mixing their science facts up. Is it midichlorians or is it the magical force in the universe?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Are we gonna have, is it gonna be silly and goofy with this Rastafarian, big-eared, like stoner alien, or is it gonna be serious and hardcore with evil Lord Sidious, plotting to just, to blow up entire planets?
And Han Solo blowing dudes' brains out in a bar because he owes them money.
Let me explain to you like what Star Wars should have been. They should have stuck with that with that feeling. In case you don't know, in one of the early scenes of the first Star Wars movie, Han Solo just shot a guy because the guy told Han Solo he owed him money and threatened him a little about it. He just shot him, and that was it. And then he walked away. And then they re-edited it later and made a pussy version where the other guy drew a gun and shot first.
Do you remember they did that with E.T. as well?
Yeah, they gave him radios instead of guns. Get that pussy shit
What
out
kind
of
of
here.
bullshit is that?
That is pussy shit. Is what I'm sorry, it totally is. It's like you're softening something that wasn't even that harsh.
Yeah.
For like a new generation. Give them the full uncensored version that we got. Don't act like our kids are pussies and they can't
Look how
handle
awesome
what
we
took.
turned out.
We're great.
We're mass murdering because of video games.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Please, there's kids shoot. I hate to say this, but there's kids shooting family members all the time. It happens. It's a horrible, horrible thing. But they only attribute it to Grand Theft Auto when they're about to release a new one, so they can hook on to that, that promotion machine that is GTA. It's ridiculous. I don't understand the people who are hating on Grand Theft Auto. I'm really excited for Grand Theft Auto 5. And I saw a comment on a video today. I think White Boy was talking about Grand Theft Auto in one of his videos, and I saw a comment. Some guy was like, "This game looks shit," and I'm thinking like, no, this is going to be the best looking game you've ever seen in that genre. They spent $235 million making this game. Can you comprehend that much money being spent on a digital property?
That's actually more than Capcom has in their bank account right now.
Yeah, the amount of faith they have in their product, for one thing, is just fucking awesome. But second of all, Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be one of the coolest games we've ever seen, I think.
8 gigabyte download.
Excited about.
Day one, 8 gigabyte download for HD textures.
I want to ask, I guess the thing. So I have become more platform agnostic than I was like 2 years ago, right? When Borderlands came out, I played that on PC because Borderlands is known to be better on PC. When Assassin's Creed came out, I went to Twitter and I was like, hey, should I get this on PC or should I get it on Xbox? Like, someone lay it out for me. Where is it better? And they said, oh, yeah, Assassin's Creed is a console game. The PC comes out later and it tends to get less attention. You want the console port. What version of Grand Theft Auto do I want?
Xbox.
Well, if you're looking to get in on it early and play it, record it, stream it, whatever, Xbox, because the PC version isn't even announced yet, I don't think. But as far as like when both are out, what do you want? I'm gonna say PC. I'm gonna hope Rockstar gets it right. The Grand Theft Auto 4 port to PC had some issues, but once you figured them out and once you got by them, I think one of the big issues was if your video card had more than 2 gigabytes of VRAM, the game just wouldn't recognize any of your RAM. Or it would recognize a supremely small portion of your video RAM. And I had that because I had the 4 gigabyte 680.
Sounds like me. They have very bad PC ports. Get it on Xbox.
No, but once you get by them, they work. And the modding...
I don't want my shit to work. I want my shit to work as soon as I get it. I don't want to install graphics. I don't want to update video drivers.
I don't like the idea of getting into something knowing that it's broken before I even start.
Well, that's the worst thing I can do.
But my personal impression of myself is that I am a fanboy of whichever one is best, for me at the moment. Xbox is best for a lot of games because as a YouTuber, it manages friends list better. It lets people join my games or let me keep them out. It blocks better. It's good. PC is best for certain games, so I play that stuff on PC. For Grand Theft Auto, it kind of sounds like the PC is almost an afterthought. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why they delay their port to PC. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Thing is this. The things they say about PC gaming that are troublesome are true, right? Mm-hmm. One of my first experiences with PC gaming was DayZ, right? That was a rough one to get started on, right? Yeah. You had that like 6-shooter launcher client. You had a beta or an alpha version of a
Wings and I played it before 6 Updater. We had to update everything manually.
When I finally got DayZ operating on my PC, I felt like a hacker. I felt like Morpheus might show up at my door at any moment and ask me to join the revolution. Like, that was the most intensive thing I've ever done like that. I don't even know.
Some of you are going to say, "Oh my God, these guys are so stupid," etc. No, I had some pretty obtuse error messages that I had to Google and sort through. Error messages that have solutions that didn't seem related to the message at all. I wish I could remember it. It was over a year ago.
Dude,
But-
that message. Oof.
Yeah, the error messages were like, signal not found at reference X0, and then you Google that in DayZ, and you're like, oh, really? It's that. It needs this. It was a rough install, and even when PC gaming goes well, right? Like Borderlands, for example, that to me, I played that like as a production release, and it went really smoothly. But there's so many graphics settings. I have a GTX 680, which is a pretty good NVIDIA graphics card. I like it, and I had to you don't really know what settings. There is no easy way to know the best way to get the game for you. And you got to try, experiment, see what, and you have your own value system. Do you like 120 frames per second, or do you like really amazing explosion particle effects? And so PC gaming, it actually isn't the mirror of the console experience. You do have to put some effort into what your settings are, and sometimes into what your config is. What they say about PC gaming being complicated, in some cases, gets true.
Oh yeah, there's ups and downs to PC gaming. Of course, there's downs to PC gaming, depending on what you want out of your
Can
gaming
I give my
experience.
reference? My reference is this: if the game is big, broad, and massive, it's a PC game. If the game can be held down to the limited number of buttons on a controller, it's a console game. StarCraft, PC game. Grand Theft Auto, console game.
But the thing is, you left out the
Skyrim?
mods. The fucknards are going to go crazy if I mention Minecraft here. But I played Minecraft on Xbox, and the experience is so limited compared to, say, WoodyCraft.net. We launched a new game, Blocks vs. Zombies, today, actually. And there's nothing like that on the Xbox. Xbox pretty much has survival, which we have, but factions and the mini games and all that other stuff that comes on PC. I hear PC guys saying, hey, we have these mods, and they extend the life of a game. And I always thought that was kind of bullshit, right? Like the COD 4 mods, I don't know, you play Pro Mod, or you play some new maps, or you play this or that. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm fine on my console COD 4. I was always happy with that. In the Minecraft world, they just offer so much more. I always intrinsically knew it was better because everyone agreed, so they must be right. But it wasn't until I tried it that I nailed down the specifics. Oh, I see. It's the mods. It's the game types. It's the mini games. It's the depth that isn't there before. There's so much more you can do, and the game itself, the core of it, is updated more frequently. Like, I get it. I see why Minecraft is better on PC. It changes it from one game mode to thousands.
Yes, but that falls into it. Minecraft is very broad and massive.
Oh, but the thing is, there's only like 8 controls or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it's not a very complicated
Yeah.
control scheme or scheme.
Yeah.
Scheme.
Right. It's not. I don't actually play any games that require like 30 different keys on a keyboard, but Minecraft's not one of them. There's nothing you can't do.
Can I take a poll of the viewers really quick? Because I've had this question I kind of need it, or I want it answered. COD 4 is on sale on Steam right now on PC, and I want to know if it's worth getting it because you brought up COD 4 and it jogged my memory. So if there
COD
are
4 Steam sale, what is it? 99 cents? I mean, how much is that game?
no,
worth?
actually it's $14.99 because Activision.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I bought
bullshit.
it. I bought it.
Did you buy
Still
it?
$25 used.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm really bad on PC. I've never done much PC gaming, and I'm really bad.
I was wondering if I
still
should try it
kill
out.
people.
So let me know. Tweet me. Let me know in the comments. I'll
Me,
be
Kyle,
looking.
and Lefty should all get on COD 4 and suck together.
On
Oh,
PC?
man.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll buy
I
it.
might be down for some of that.
We could do Road to the Wind.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, I think I'm gonna upload to my gaming channel tomorrow.
Get out.
Ooh, no
Yeah.
way.
Wait. Is it going to be?
YouTube/FPS.
Is it going to be
me.
pacifism?
No, it's not gonna be pacifism. It's a video that I've been like editing all week.
Just
Oh, I don't
wondered if
care.
you had-
You can keep your little pacifism record. I don't even have that game. I don't even have that game anymore.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Uh huh.
Does it
So
have
anyway.
to? Does it have to do with I don't know, a nuclear?
Did Woody beat your pacifism score?
No, he beat one of my pacifism scores. Yes.
Your pacifism score was like 4 billion or something like that.
I beat the other one.
Yeah.
That's not the one I beat.
So what's going up, Kyle? What do you? Or is it a secret? Is it a secret?
Is it Fallout?
It's a bunch of different games
Oh, okay.
in the same video.
Oh, or is it like a trailer, like a montage?
Yeah,
Welcome?
kind of. It's just me doing some commentary, explaining what I'm going to do on that channel and what my goals are there, and what I want to do with it.
Oh,
and
nice.
And it's got 3 or 4 different games in it.
Cool.
And can you say the channel again, loud and slow?
It is just FPS. The letters FPS. YouTube.com/FPS.
Subscribe, baby.
Sponsoring the show tonight. Evan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You were talking about when you came back, you were like, people asked, what are you going to do with your channel? And you're doing the music thing, but you also talked about Battlefield 4, and we were talking about the difference between console and PC. Have you been playing Battlefield 3 at all, or are you just going to jump in with both feet to Battlefield 4?
Oh yeah, I've been playing Battlefield 3. Love it.
Have you played
lately?
Have you played
Which
console
platform?
and PC
I have.
on both of them?
Yes.
Which is
Which
better?
one's going to be your home?
Definitely PC.
Damn right. There we go.
The answer to both. That'll be your home, and it's better.
Wait,
Yes.
both. Wait, are we talking about GTA and Battlefield?
I think we're talking about Battlefield.
Yeah, just Battlefield. Like,
What was both?
Oh, he said which is better, and I said which is going to be your home.
Okay.
so which
I
is
said,
better?
oh.
Both better and going to be your home. I
No,
think is what Woody.
he said PC, and I said, oh, did you just answer both questions? As in, what's going to be your
Okay.
home and which is better?
Good clarification there.
Yeah.
Yes, both questions. PC.
I hate
Nice.
Battlefield on PC.
Oh
Well,
man.
but you have
It's
you have
important.
issues with DX Story, but it's a completely different game
It's
going
not
from
even
console
DX
to
Story
PC,
anymore,
isn't
dude.
it? Right, Evan?
It's not even a different story. I mean, my shit just crashes.
Completely different game. I always feel like a completely different game would actually be a completely different game. It's mildly different. It moves a little quicker.
No, not
It's
mildly.
just got a
You
whole
have
lot of
more
motherfuckers
players.
that's shooting at you.
The response of the controls from
Yeah,
not
it's
being
not- it's-
capped at 30 FPS, the view
It's
distance.
not even all that bullshit. The response to the controls are almost negligible. The only difference between PC and console Battlefield is this. There is like 32 lines of sight that you cannot go in versus 12.
I'm kind of lining up with Wings, and I know there's Battlefield experts who are going to hate me for saying this. That's my biggest struggle. Like I apparently did the dumbest thing in the world, which is to hop in like a 64-player capture the flag game, and try to get footage, and play the objective, and it's just like you've got 13 fuckers camping the flag at any given moment, just waiting for some idiot to try and get it, and that idiot is me, and then I tried to be a little smarter, right? Like position before. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's position before submission. I was trying to take that same philosophy and apply it. Like, all right, Woody, gain some ground, get a couple kills, let your teammates spawn on you, get a critical mass near the flag, do all that stuff. But, by the way, they're spawning there too, because I'm in their spawn trying to capture this flag, and you have to be a superhero to clear out a spawn in a 64-player game. Like, it is way beyond me. And,
Well, Woody, don't feel bad. Even great Battlefield players have awful times on CTF games, 64-man servers. It's just,
do they?
it's a clusterfuck. That's all it is.
Yeah, it is.
And at the time I was like competent on a keyboard, like I wasn't like looking at my fingers or anything. I'm better now than I was then, but I think there's room for improvement still. There's some guys who just zap on target with aim so effectively that I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better all the time.
I don't know. That's my Battlefield experience. Lots of motherfuckers camping. You can't play the objective.
But
It's
were you-
Battlefield.
did you ever get like decent at it?
I didn't
On
ever.
console, he got pretty good at it. on
I'm
console.
I'm really good at it on console. I'm like 700 or 800 SPM. I've lost I think a total of 12 games. I got a 3.48 KD. Like even on
Pretty good,
PC,
right?
I'm sitting
That
over.
is pretty good. Yeah.
On PC, I'm sitting over like a 1.13 or something bullshit like that. But I can't stay in game long enough to even learn it because I get dropped every 4 minutes and my shit just crashes. Fuck Origins.
Wait, is that even without DX Story on, your game crashes now?
Yes.
With the program completely closed, you're trying to play
Completely
Battlefield. What the hell's going? Is that
And
an
that's-
internet thing or a PC thing?
I don't know what it
He
is.
said the
It-
game crashes.
What
right?
it is the game crashes, takes me right back out to Origins, and my Origins is locked up Got to close Origins and reopen it, and I can get back in.
Yeah, it sounds like his PC's not set up quite right. An old driver or missing file or corrupted file or something. And that is... It's not the common case. It's not. I'm going to say like 1 in every 50 people gets that. Like it's not crazy uncommon, but an aspect of PC gaming is sometimes you got to work through challenges like that.
And the advantage of console is, you can boot up I don't know if this is different from a hardware standpoint or hardware versus software standpoint, but you pull out your N64 or even Super Nintendo from the attic, and then you just blow out the cartridge, and then doom, put it in, and it'll boot up.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Works flawlessly every time.
And I'm sure I'm pissing everybody off, right? People don't like even the most remote criticism. If you're a PC gamer right now, I'm sure they're cursing me, saying, "God damn it, Woody! No, it's the most perfect thing to have ever been created." And if you're a console, they're going to be like, "Woody, why are you dogging our stuff? Can't you see how easy and great it is? And it's so much cheaper. You haven't even mentioned that." And but the truth is, there's just pros and cons to all these things. And having done both of them a good deal now, and by the way, I've been PC gaming since before you were born, so lick my balls.
I can almost say that. I've been PC gaming since 2000.
Yeah, dude. I mean, people like, what was the first-person shooter ever? I played that shit. I remember when Wolfenstein 3D came out. I remember when Quake came out, and it was such a big deal. Quake fit on one 1.44 megabit floppy disk, and or megabyte floppy disk, and like it was so key that you could give the entire game to a friend on a single disk. That whatever. I've been PC gaming since the start. People don't think of me as a PC gamer, but I've done it, and I just had to regain some skills. But back on topic, there are pros and cons of these things, and if you can't accept that, then you're too much of a fanboy to actually have conversations about these things.
Woody's been PC gaming since boot discs. I remember having to have boot discs for all the different games. Then you had to camp the computer as it, or you could open up a DOS window from Windows, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, in the original Windows, you would open up Windows from a DOS window. Like you boot into DOS, and you'd have to edit your autoexec.bat to add Windows at the end if you wanted to. I'm old school. So we were talking about Grand Theft Auto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forever
You
ago.
guys psyched for it?
I really am. I think it's going to be a really, really good game.
I'm hearing that the pre-sales are trending higher than COD.
They are, and I saw that the current COD's pre-sales are nowhere near on target from last year's.
I did a video once about the derailing of the COD hype train, and everybody was mad. Like, they really didn't like it. But it was like, dude, you don't see it? I personally... Look, I'm as big a COD fan as you'll find, I truly I still like playing COD sometimes. I'm just not excited about it. My Xbox, in my head, mentally, was a Call of Duty machine. Like, people think of it as a gaming console. I thought of it as a COD console forever. Unless there's a Portal release or maybe an occasional Bioshock or something, it was like, yeah, that's what that thing does. It plays COD. And, just recently I started looking around like, I wonder what my next game is, because the COD hype train is derailed to some extent. I wonder if like JR 2020 and 402 are sitting here saying, yeah, if I was still around, that hype train would be rocking.
Oh, JD 2020, that guy? Fuck that.
Yeah. I think they messed up. Black Ops 1's the best-selling game they made. Why? It made a good player feel like he was a good player. Black Ops 2 derailed the whole fucking series. Why? It made a good player feel like he was mediocre.
I looking back, I loved the shit out of Black Ops 1. And I gave David Vonderhaar so much undue shit. I'm sorry, David. It was good. It was
Black
the
Ops
setting
1 is fantastic.
The setting, the feeling you got in playing, you felt like you were in the Cold War. It was awesome. It was an awesome game.
That's my second favorite Call of Duty.
I'm sorry, David Vonderhaar.
In
Black Ops 2
opinion,
feels like depression.
If you start at Modern Warfare 2, every game has gotten better since then, according to me. And COD 4 sits somewhere, I don't know, maybe above Modern Warfare 2. Like,
I don't know. Black Ops was the last game I liked.
I like Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 is better. I think that people are going to... I think the player base has gotten more sophisticated, and they detect lag in a way that they didn't back in COD 4.
No, I can go back and play COD 4. I did an experiment just this week. And I played 10 games, and like 8 out of the 10 games were like 40 kill TDMs.
Yeah, I make motherfuckers leave the lobby.
Dude, I own the fucking lobby, and you can't say only bad players play it now. I did that shit when the game was out.
I'll come into a free for all and I'll look at the top 3 scores before I got in there, and I can tell that they really like duked it out. Like one guy had like 25 kills, one guy had 20 kills, one guy had 18, one guy had 17, and I'll just wipe the floor with them, go like 25-3 or something, and the next guy's like 10-9.
Yeah, because you did that when the game was out too, when all the top players were on the game.
Yeah, I've always done that. I love doing that. I love the hate messages I get. I've got a fucking rack of them.
There's no more sincere compliment. I like the death chat. If I kill a guy in, I guess, Modern Warfare 3 and later, and some guy's like, "You motherfucker," why, thank you.
That's pretty nice.
That was so sincere.
I wish it was longer. They need to make it like 5 seconds. I like to get a complete thought.
That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, there's no more sincere compliment than your rage after.
Woody, how many times do you hear, "Oh my God, Woody just killed me"? Oh my God, I'm so happy.
I get a lot
No,
of
what you hear is, "He's in blue room. He's in blue room. Swarm, attack pattern alpha."
I really do.
This is
get
an
that.
open lobby.
And then my own team, they're like knifing me, like, "Woody, pay attention to me, pay attention to me." I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm trying to strafe. Would you give me some space? But that's my COD
That makes me want to
experience.
break a controller if I die because I can't strafe.
Oh, it happens to me a lot. It happens to me. In Minecraft. In Minecraft, you can walk through other players, and now when I can't walk through players in COD, I'm like, "You son of a bitch!"
You know
And
why you
what-
can't walk through players?
Because they want me to hate them?
Imagine if you stood inside another player then.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
No, that'd be bullshit. You can't have your body intersecting with another player's body, or there would be advantages to doing so. Like 2 guys stacked would be like some sort of funky maneuver people would do.
It'd be 6 guys laying down, and you think it would be 1, and it's actually
Yeah,
6.
man. That's
So
why
you
you
get
can't
a
do it.
6-piece. That would be a terrible strategy.
No,
Oh, please. I want to play against an enemy team with 6 people laying on the ground in the same spot. I want to play against that team all day, every day. I'll let you reset your tech.
I'm not saying it would be like a balance issue. I think it would just be a technical issue in the game. I think the
can
game would look
still
like shit
all
when you saw
but
people
do
like
that.
melting together and shit.
When you can get up and crawl like halfway through a body. I can put my head in your belly if you're prone. Right? And you can do the human caterpillar
You
thing.
put your head in my belly when I was prone in real life.
Oh, here we go.
I'm down. No, all right. No, I don't think it's. I think they just built collision detection into the engine, and in hindsight, I view it as a mistake. I think that it would be a better game if you didn't, like, how many times have people stood in your doorway and frustrated you? It's frustrating to bump into people in Call of Duty, and I don't want it to exist. Maybe it's the realism aspect, but I'm long past realism in Call of Duty.
Yeah, regenerating health kind of kills that.
I would like it. What if they went that route with it? I think that's what would win me back and get me excited about Call of Duty. Yes, if they
Me?
stick with me here, a little bit more realism. Like, don't go all Battlefield on me. I don't need that shit.
I would like more guns sound more realistic and like blood.
What if they got their gore and their graphics and they stepped it up to a Gears of War level, but not cartoony per se, but just very realistic, like gory.
I want to shoot a guy in his neck and blood shoot across on the wall.
And then they tinkered with the animations that we have to see so repetitively, the grenade pin animations, the UAV animations, the air support animations, and they change it up. They make it something really cool, something you're jacked about, something that when you get that kill streak, you're excited about it because he does that thing he does.
How about he like pops the clip out and it flies in from him and it puts another one in.
Give my player some fucking style, all right? You know, I want my guy to have some moves on him. This is
how about some little voice cues? How about like own them bitches or something like that?
This, when you call in
Battlefield
some
does
sort of
that.
crazy Hellstorm missile attack, this is a big fucking deal. My guy's like Deion Sanders. He's gonna do a dance, all right? He's gonna he's gonna do a twirl, stomp twice. And hit that
It's
button.
funny. You're working the little briefcase thing anyway, right? Why isn't your guy doing a dance while you do that?
Yeah,
You should
like
be
some,
freaking
imagine if he did
twerking.
some river dance shit.
His upper body isn't moving, but
my missiles. Great.
I
want
want
some
to
shit
take
like
video of you twerking while you do this shit. And not just regular twerking, the upside down fancy shit twerking.
And
Wing it.
I'll tell you this: so they keep wanting more and more personalization. I saw something today. I'm sorry, I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but he does Fallout stuff, and there's this mod that he said that only he has because he made it for himself, where he recorded. So in Fallout, when you get injured or like jump from a high distance or do a few other things, your character makes noises, like he's like "ugh" or "ow" or whatever. This guy recorded his own with his voice, so his Fallout character sounds like him getting hurt. I want to do that in Call of Duty.
I saw a guy do that in Minecraft. He replaced every sound with the sound of his own voice. So when you kill a cow, he's like, "Hey, stop it." And the cow is like upset.
It makes it really entertaining, and when he's doing commentary over Fallout, sometimes it's hard to separate the recording from the commentary. And even he comments on it. He's like, "Wow, it's weird hearing me cry out in pain when I get shot."
Is it
I want that
time
for the Wings of Redemption lightning round?
Yeah, I want to say something on this, though, before we do this topic. DayZ had something that hooked me almost instantly. And I had a shotgun, and I shot a guy in the legs, and it just hears that crack of the bone breaking. Call of Duty needs
I'm going to
that.
go get my pad. I'll be right back. I'll stop here at bone breaking.
Tell him, Lefty, does that not feel good?
Oh,
when you
no.
shoot a guy in the...
Well, I don't know if it exactly feels good, but I know what you're talking about.
It makes you feel good when you bust a guy in the leg and
I remember the sequence. I believe we were in a firehouse, right? And you had the Remington 870, and a guy showed up, and you just, oh shit, bam, and then I just heard, and he's like, oh, he's on the ground, he can't move.
My favorite noises, aside from the ones in Gears of War, are from World at War. When a grenade went off, or when you shot somebody in the legs with a 12 gauge, you just blow their leg off.
Yeah, love that.
I wish they hadn't got away from that gore. I thought that was a step in the right direction.
That was a step in the right direction, but see that now they're trying to be the Disney of the fucking FPS shooters. Do they even put blood on the wall anymore? Like in COD 4, you shot a guy in the head, brains would go on the wall. Love that when I first got into Call of Duty. I don't think that's there no more.
I'm working on lightning round. I'm addicted to this part of the show.
Let's see, Woody's going to put his first question something to do with the porn.
It's not.
Is there something I need to be doing here? Or
If you want to, you can join
if you
in.
want to, this is the Wings of Redemption lightning round. You ask questions trying to elicit Wings' crazy thought pattern.
Is my thought pattern really that crazy?
Do you want an honest answer to that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
No, not really. It's just funny sometimes the things you say. Because sometimes it's clear what you're trying to communicate, but you just said it in an awkward way, and it can mean there's like plurality of meaning, like there's multiple meanings or interpretations of what you said, and we just go with the funny ones. But then sometimes you do just say crazy shit.
I don't think I really know you well enough, Wings, to come up with good questions.
I'm big, fat, and I camp a lot.
Dude, I have a surprise guest on the lightning round. You guys are gonna like it.
Uh-oh. Woody's been planning this like all week. Like he starts like, I'm gonna kill it on the lightning round.
It's gonna be a good lightning round, I hope.
Holdor does not like you.
Kyle, how many questions do you have?
Kyle left. I believe he left to go get his notebook.
Oh, he's still getting his legal pad?
Yeah.
Nice. Kyle's gonna suck. How many questions do you have?
I have one.
I have 2. I feel like they're not my best ever, though. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can get like 7 and cull the herd.
I'm gonna step out and use the bathroom while you do questions.
All right.
I gotta think. Okay. Got one. This one does have to do with the porn, since he's not here.
Okay, I am back. Yeah, I got my pad.
You got 0 questions, huh?
Yeah.
Got on my level.
No, I got one. I got a guest question, so I got that in.
A guest question?
Yeah, somebody else asked me to ask him a question.
To ask iFly? Oh, I understand.
No, Wings.
This is a Wings question, but it came from a guest.
Yes.
Gotcha. I have another topic I just thought of. don't know if this is my best week. I'm really nervous that my question.
Wow, you've had all day to think about it, and you're like, oh man, it's shitty. It sucks. Let's see.
Let me think. Oh man, Lefty, how many questions do you have?
I'm finishing my third.
Same
I'm stuck
here.
I'm stuck on my third. Damn it! I'm gonna get past.
Now I need a fourth question.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Rings getting dirty.
Force
Turning
of
the lights
habit, I
off.
guess. He likes to get in the dark. Well, now we know.
Oh, I was doing some yoga and like something popped in my back of my sinuses last night, and like my nose has been having this burning sensation in the back of my throat.
Damn. I have 4 questions.
Me too.
I'm working on my fourth.
One more at least.
We're going 5 damn questions?
I
got
usually come
5.
up with
I got
5
5.
every week.
I got 5. I kind of found a topic and expounded upon it.
I see. No, let me think.
Yes, my nuts are that big that I have to sit bow-legged.
That was not any of
No, it
my
wasn't,
5 questions. Fortunately for
I
us,
think that was.
close call.
You guys see that thing I found in my grave?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm buried in Snohomish County, Washington, USA.
All right, I have 5 questions. Who do we start with?
I only have 4.
You want to do your 4 or you want to keep going?
I don't know if I squeeze out one more, if it's going to be worth it or not.
Kyle, do you want to go first?
Okay, here we go. So this is a female friend of mine wanted to know this. She wanted to know how exactly does your technique differ from other men's, so that you are able to make a girl nut simply by making out with her.
I'm glad you asked this question.
Me too.
All right, it's more about build-up than anything else. It's not like you can singly kiss her. It's more about the anticipation, the build-up, and you just get her to work on like her inner anxiety to the point where she wants you to do more than kiss her, and she
Wait,
gets
her
herself to the
anxiety?
edge. Yeah,
Like stress.
not like stress. Like maybe I'm using the wrong word.
Anticipation.
Anticipation might be a better word.
Fear.
But just anticipating of what you're going to do with her with your big ass dick. That she's just like, you just got it's wooing them pretty much. It's like foreplay, but you just never get past the kissing.
I got to get wings to kiss my neck. I need to know. It's got to happen. Question 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
would you like me to run through them?
I thought
okay.
that's what we normally did. Yeah.
That is what we normally do. I apologize. Describe your ideal woman. What's the perfect girl for Wings of Redemption?
About 5'4", about 180 pounds, medium to shoulder length, short to shoulder length hair, at least a C cup. I like a perk pussy. I don't like them too deep. Like there's certain girls that you can get it and you go about 2 knuckles deep into it. I don't like those kind of girls.
Oh, God damn it.
Carry on.
I like one. I like them to have good vaginal control. I don't like a girl that has like pretty much a dead fish syndrome when you're screwing them.
Next question.
I can elaborate even more.
No, we're good.
But that's just physical. I also like to have a partner that had an interest in video games and horror sci-fi movies, and I could actually be their best friend, not just their partner.
All right. And just to expand upon that question, if I may, is that also the type of woman that you would like to co-star in your porno? Or would you like to get a little more exotic there? You want an Asian chick?
If I ever did a porno, I always had it pictured in my head, it would be Lisa Sparks.
Well, that's out of the question, but maybe an Asian chick, because I think the Asians get off on big guys and little Asian chicks.
I don't know. I mean, like
thing. That could be your hook.
I'm not really attracted to stick girls.
What if we did like a King Kong Godzilla type costume thing?
I don't know where you're going with this at all.
You'd be wearing the King
lightning
Kong
round
Godzilla.
anymore. Kyle, I think you're violating the nature of the lightning round.
Yeah.
I am. I'm sorry. You've been dating someone new. Have you had sex with her yet?
I wouldn't say we're dating, but yes.
Attaboy,
My next question was, are you going to be public with this relationship? But I guess that's a yes.
I don't know. I'm just not sure about this one. I mean, but you gotta get them in the bed before you can be sure about any of them.
You don't know if you're gonna put her on camera and like you did before with.
I just don't know if I want to even go out with her again. To be perfectly honest, I mean, there's just lots of things about her. Like one, she has that dead fish syndrome in the sack. She was probably the worst lay I've ever had. And a lot of it comes from her just unwilling to do stuff. I mean, she's probably the biggest girl I've ever went out with. And
she doesn't watch your videos, I suppose.
She won't make it this far into Painkiller already.
Good.
Even if she does, she'll just save me a phone call.
You're playing a dangerous game, my friend. Dangerous game.
You should make a video tomorrow called Dead Fish Pussy Syndrome. AKA Denise. Denise, this is for you.
And just in case she's stupid, AKA the bitch I met on the internet.
Yeah, it's actually, I think your previous girlfriend was hard to live up to. She set the bar high.
She did. She was a very sexually open
a lot
woman.
of girls don't give blowjobs during Painkiller already, and they don't do costumes, and they don't take it up the butt, and they don't do
This one don't do anything where she has to move her hips.
Well,
step up her game.
That's a step up the game,
dude.
I'm not asking her
cool
to
with
dress
that,
up like an exotic police officer. I'm asking her to help me with the thrusting here.
All right. So next question, my final question. I've noticed in the past when you're in a relationship with someone, you seem to take on the role of like a caregiver. Are you going to repeat that?
Hopefully not, dude. That is one of the things I've actually looked into. Me personally, I feel like I want an equal partner, and like my last two relationships have not been equal partnerships. It's been Jordy can give me this, so I can give Jordy this, and like even though there was sentimental values in other ways, they weren't equal in the relationship. I was the only one giving money. They were pretty much giving mediocre services and.
Yeah, I follow what you're saying. I'm with you. You need a better partnership than you've had. And of course, I might go out with you. I could use a new iPhone.
I mean, I actually would like a girl with a career this time.
I got a career. And I need a new
It's the
iPhone.
same career as yours, Wings. It's great. You guys
All
can
right.
make YouTube videos together.
Lefty, do you want to go? I'd like to go next, so
All right,
we
go
can
ahead.
space out mine too. If I gave you $5,000 to spend, and you had to spend it, right? No responsible debt paying off. Where would you go, and what would you get?
Right now?
Yeah, you're gonna go somewhere, make it rain.
Yeah, you can't be responsible.
Right.
I'm gonna say $5,000. I could use some new tires on the Chevrolet. I got a 4-wheel drive still that's leaking.
Get out with that. Make
Get
it rain
out.
somewhere.
Make it rain. Oh shit! First off, I'd like to go to the spa. I'm in desperate need of a pedicure. And my nails are getting kind of crappy too. They're all like different lengths.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah.
And like I'd like to go get a pedicure before they break the cheese grater out. Like you ever took a girl to the pedicure and they break the cheese grater out on her? That's
no,
embarrassing.
I can't say that I have.
It's not as bad when they
They
break
would
out the
literally
slap
those little Korean people. I guess these guys were Vietnamese, but they would break that cheese grater out and be like, just peeling like dead skin off like it's an orange.
Evan, is that what you use on your face to maintain that makeup-like quality?
Yes, Lefty. Good question.
That sounds horrifying.
All right, Lefty.
Oh no, you're going all the way.
So you go to the spa?
I'm going to the spa, but that's not going to be the whole $5,000. I mean, I'd probably rent like an Escalade, and then I would probably, go to the Braves game. I don't know. I might buy Braves season tickets.
Okay. Why don't you wear your awesome Hawaiian shirts anymore?
Well, a lot of it is because my body type has changed. When I sit down now, they kind of constrict like this, and a lot of it's because I've gained more fat in the regions where the width is, and it makes it uneasy to sit down. I can wear them standing up and not sitting down, and T-shirts are easier in that department. So until I lose some of the body fat, no Hawaiian shirts.
I saw you drinking water. That's got to be good. Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge, and why?
Dodge isn't in the running. Chrysler's always made a subpar product since the 80s. Even when Mercedes took them over, they still pretty much produce crap. I mean, the Dodge truck that's out right now is probably the best iteration of it, but it's still like this big honking gas thing with brakes the size of a mid-sedan. It's not a very good truck whatsoever. Ford versus Chevy. Ford is generally the technical leader because they always innovate, but they innovate in smaller markets. Ford innovates in technology, like the touchscreen, the Bluetooth, the stuff, the interior of the truck, where Chevrolets had stuff like auto four-wheel drive and lockers on their truck forever. Chevrolet kind of tends more toward the work side. Then it comes from push rod to modular engines. It's more about what you want. If you're an everyday guy that doesn't really want to work on his truck, you might want to go with a Ford. It's just going to ride a little bit better. It's going to feel like it's got a little bit more power. And you don't want to work on it because it's a modular engine. Well, Chevy has the push rod engine that's very easy for somebody who's mechanically inclined to work on it themselves, and it's going to last you a very long time with very little upkeep.
Good answer. All right.
Wow.
What's your favorite thing about being YouTube famous?
When people actually enjoy what I do. I mean, I originally got into this to share Call of Duty tips with people, and I used to love reading comments. I did. I loved every comment that I read. I loved when I'd put a tip out, and people were like, that's a good line of sight. I got this gameplay. They would link this gameplay to me, and it'd be like, yeah, I felt like I was changing people. I also love getting the fan mail. I mean, I haven't done fan mail in a while because I don't know that my P.O. box go for money reasons. But I love reading the fan mail, even if it's email where I feel like I've changed somebody's life. I mean, because, people that change people's lives are the reason to live in my book. And, so many people out there don't have father figures. If I can give even 10% of a father figure to someone that needs that in their life, I feel like I've done something and I've accomplished something. And I feel like it's good. And on the upside of that, I get to sleep in.
All right.
You can also work nights. I mean, that works too.
The last question from me. If you broke up with Taylor Swift, what would her song about you say?
If I broke up with Taylor Swift, now let me tell you, I'm a smart man. Well, I'm kind of smart. Is this breakup divorce or is this breakup steady boyfriend?
I think steady boyfriend is what she tends to do.
Yeah.
She dates guys and then breaks up and writes songs.
There's two different answers. If I break up divorce, I'm going to the bank. I'm going to be singing. If I break up as a steady boyfriend, I'm probably going to be trying to get on the Maury Povich show or the Oprah and talk about, just blow some proportion of her life out of proportion.
When she writes a song about you, it's going to say what? Why did you guys break up? What happened?
It's going to say, I can do better than you. Because I'm going to be on the Oprah show. I'm going to be on the Oprah show talking about how
Such a
she
straight-up answer. He didn't want to make it something silly.
Oh, Wings, I love you.
All right, I felt all right.
I'm a fucking celebrity. I don't need this shit.
I already had an iPhone. Lefty?
Wings, if you could drink only one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Water.
Okay.
You can die if you don't.
Well, I didn't specify
Orange juice.
I didn't specify the no health implications, but that's a very good answer. Does the recent HIV outbreak in the adult movie industry have you scared for your upcoming shoot?
No, because worst case scenario, I'm going to want to test. and second off, if they don't have a test, I'm gonna bust out one of my magnums. I carry them in the truck.
I'm gonna bust out one of my magnums, he said.
And on that note, would you regularly have intercourse with a squirter?
Yes, I actually prefer squirters. It's fun. You ever finger bang a squirter and she goes, oh, and she starts doing that shaking shit and it just. It's kind of fun. You pull the covers back on the bed and you have a nice clean sheet and you see how far you can get each time.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Wings.
Let me just say this, folks. Wing's bedroom smells like wet dog.
Oh
My
man.
bedroom don't smell like wet dog.
I know. I'm just saying. But after you told that story, that's what I imagined.
My
Ooh,
next
I just
question:
imagine getting in the carpet.
Can we expect
I've
to?
walked into it a couple times and it's like, this smells like pussy. I better spray some Glade.
Glade?
Oh,
like
God.
some air freshener.
I feel like that's a good problem to have.
Oh God.
That man has a problem with his carpets smelling like pussy.
You need to get a rug doctor in there, Wings. I think.
Well, if you're careful about the way you describe Wings, he sounds like a bad motherfucker. And you're like, what does he do? I don't know, man. He's got some kind of internet job. He just makes money from home and shit. He pretty much plays games and watches TV all day. Wow. What else? Man, he gets so much pussy his carpets smell like it. Really? Yeah, it's nuts.
Wings of Redemption's a fucking legend. Lefty, you've got more, right?
Yeah. Can we expect to see yoga videos from you now that you're doing yoga?
I actually do, but I didn't want to be like. I don't like to be one of those people that does it for like one day and then like it just shows the video and pretends like I do it the rest of the while. I want to be actually into it to the point where I can actually do the yoga and do it without shaking and shivering and falling down because it's rough. The first week is rough. Like you hurt everywhere and like you're constantly your muscles just shake. And especially with a guy being my size, there's a lot of poses I can't do, and it's embarrassing.
Scientists have now finally agreed that the Voyager 1 space probe has left the solar system and is in interstellar space. Name someone or something else that you would like to have leave our planetary system forever.
First answer?
It's your lightning round, baby. You fire away.
DJ Keemstar.
Oh, you mentioned the hater name.
There we go.
There it is.
And
The most
that's it.
attention he got this month.
There you go.
I have special guest lightning round questions. This is from the Fuck Nards. Are you ready?
Sure.
Nicest car you've ever seen?
Nicest car I've ever seen. California edition Ferrari.
At the Billionaires Challenge. I was there.
Yeah.
Right? What celebrity would make you cry or upset when they die?
Oh, he's already died. Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
If you could be sponsored by any company, which company would you pick?
The one that paid the most.
Pick a company.
Oh man, see, with my content and my ability to spout out and get upset and emotionally driven, it'd have to be Bang Bus.
Bang Bus?
Bang Bus.
I did not know he was headed there.
Porn industry head on.
If you found out that you have a 7-year-old son, what would you do?
Try to be a father.
If you woke up as the last person on Earth, what's the first thing you would do?
The first thing I would do is the last person on Earth. Honestly, I'd go get a nice car from one of the car lots and probably drive to a nicer house.
All right. That is the end of the Fucknard Lightning Round and the Lightning Round in general.
Those are actually some good questions. Good job, PK Subreddit.
I like that. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
those are good.
Very good questions.
I'm going to steal those questions for a couple weeks from now. Nobody's going to remember that they were asked.
Yeah, like I want to reiterate a little bit more.
Like, wait, those sound familiar.
I already forgot most of them.
Oh, wait, there's more. Do you want more? I just found another post
Yes.
with. All right. This we'll have to wrap up the lightning round. It can't be the whole show, but lightning round questions for Jordy. Favorite kind of booger?
Oh, the favorite kind of booger? I like the ones that are dried up and that you can kind of get, you can flick really easy, but at the end they have like that little comet tail thing going on, so you can just flap, so you actually can get some distance on it.
I did not know that would be such a good question. All right. If your trucks could talk, would you even need real life friends?
Hell no. I'd be pimping.
Be like a Pixar thing, Cars.
If you were going to be a butler for any person, who would you pick and why?
Oh God, I don't know his name. The British millionaire that owns Virgin Records.
Something Bronson?
Bronson something, yeah.
Not Richard Bronson, I think, or Richard
Yeah,
Branson.
Branson.
Yep.
The reason being, he's never fucking there, and I could just slack off in the shed.
Nice.
And whack off in the shed.
Civil War. Which side would you fight for?
Oh man.
You know who's gonna
Is
win?
the is it based off the current like rules? Like honestly,
Imagine you.
It's
you
a
could
land
go
war.
Back in time.
it
Land
is
war
a,
only.
no. I'm talking about based off like when most people popular. This is a hard question because a lot of people see the Civil War differently than I do.
No, new Civil War. Like if it's fought today, right?
I took it as transported back in time.
I took it as transported back in time too. And like if you say you'd fight for the South, it would be people would be like, oh, so you're racist, and I'm the farthest thing there is from a racist. But at the same time, I like the South better than the North. I mean, we're nicer down here. We have sweet tea. You get free refills. I mean, everything's a little slower. Every time I've left the South, it's been annoying.
Two
I
of the
miss
three
Dixie.
main pillars that make the South good are sweet tea and the free refills of the sweet. That's like wishing for more wishes. What the
Hey, pick up on that.
I'm just saying, like those are the two big things I notice when I leave. Like it doesn't feel
All
like-
right, men, here it is. We're gonna fight to the death, and you know why we're here, right? We're here for niceness. All right, we're here for sweet tea. We're here for free refills. God damn it! Now let's get out there and fight. The last man.
Would
That's
you
Windsor
take-
Redemption.
Would you take anorexia over your current weight?
Hell no.
No. Okay.
I like eating.
Would you rather be a quality test driver for Toyota or one of those animals they test shampoo on?
And you gotta get the little cars. You gotta do the little cars too. All of them. The whole Toyota
I
line.
can't drive the little cars.
You have to. You have
They
to.
have to give me special built little cars with like
They're
the back
force
seat.
you to get in it no matter what.
They're gonna wedge
Dude,
you
I've
into a matrix.
actually thought about doing a YouTube video of like a McDonald's commercial. You know, like they always have the guy playing the basketball and he goes back and shoots the three and he's like, yeah, and he eats a Big Mac. I'm like, why don't they get a guy my size squeezing into a Dodge Neon, look over at the camera and be like, ba-da-ba-ba. Come on, let's get some realism in our life.
Oh, you should do that, man. You should do that.
You should. Rent a Dodge Neon for like 6 hours or however long.
Grandma's
Like
got one.
He doesn't have to
Oh.
rent one.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know. I
the
thought
man
only.
with Neon in the family.
Also,
Oh,
I'm
well,
getting
you know.
better at vlogging in public. I used to be so shy I wouldn't do it.
I'm
And
terrified
you've-
to vlog in public because I'm scared what people are going to say to me.
I used to watch White Boy make his videos, right? And he would, I forget what the video was, but he'd like go in this, he'd like dolphin dive into snow or something like that. And he'd be like feeling really awkward because there's a neighbor watching. And at the time I thought, dude, get over it. What's the big deal? Meanwhile, I wasn't doing it. Then I started vlogging outside and I saw just how awkward it was. It's weird to be judged by everybody. But now I'm kind of over it. It's like, yeah, I'm doing
The
this.
thing is, it's weird to be judged in the moment, but once it's up on YouTube, you don't care. You're like, no, that's totally legit what I did. That's within
Yeah,
the
yeah.
realm.
And
Anybody who
I'm
says
walk-
anything about that is dumb. But in
I'm
real life,
walking
if they
around-
see you,
I've got like a camera on a monopod being held stable as I walk and talk around the neighborhood. The instant I shut it down, there was some guy on his porch asking me what I was doing. Like I'm filming me, not you. Get the fuck. I did another one where I got recognized. I was just walking around my neighborhood, and I don't know who the kid was, but they're like, "Hey, Woody." I'm like, "Hey," hi.
That's where you go. You do this number right here. Do a
I think that
little fake gun thing to him. Like
Yeah.
you do Big Shot.
I just waved hey, and then was like, I got
You know what you
everything
need
just
for your
now.
vlogs? You need like one of those like platinum silver looking necklaces that says Woody on it, and always wear like a contrasting shirt.
I got one that says wet.
Oh my god, that necklace! I have offered that necklace to a woman. Actually, I offered that to my girlfriend, and she was just taken back by it. She's like,
How'd you get a wet necklace? Did Woody send them out?
"Yeah, you didn't get a wet necklace?"
No, I didn't send them out. You got yours because you picked them up to go to the Lowe's.
That's right. Yeah, Woody's not good at mailing things. You have to go pick this shit
Yeah,
up.
I'm still
That is
waiting
true.
on that.
I will say that I
bullet.
went and picked mine up. I will say that. Woody didn't give me any special treatment. I had to go get the shit.
Let me show you how bad I am at mailing. Hold on.
But yeah, they sent me. I've got a shirt, and they sent me an extra large, and I can wear a medium and
You know
some
what the worst
stuff.
thing about this is? It's like sitting within his view.
Yeah, I've had this, like, I don't even know what size bullet this is.
He's had that bullet so long, I forgot what I agreed to do to actually get that bullet.
It says Wings of Redemption on it. You can kind of... Oh, it's a little...
Oh, there it is.
here.
Yeah, it's perfect right now on the camera.
It's hard to read. But it's a big bullet. It's real. I'll put it next to my head.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to mail this to Wings in maybe 2011. So hold on.
Oh, I had
It might
I
be
got White
2010.
Boy for Christmas. For Christmas one year, I got White Boy. He likes to skateboard, so I got him an AAC skateboard. AAC is a silencer company, and it had like his skateboard is like blue with this black outline of like an ACR, the rifle. It sat at my house till May or something before I got it to him. It was a Christmas gift. I had to unwrap it and send it unwrapped because it was less embarrassing to send unwrapped.
This guy sent me a Call of Duty case to autograph and send back.
Oh, you've had that forever, dude. I remember.
I feel so
Dude, wait a
bad.
minute. We've had this conversation before, and Woody has pulled out that same Call of Duty case and been like, I was supposed to send this.
I'm looking for a date stamp on it. I can't.
You don't even know where to send it.
Well, he has a return address. That's why I kept the.
Did he
envelope.
send you the money with it too?
He did,
Like
didn't
he
he?
said, like,
Oh my God!
He did, didn't he?
He sent me like return postage. I've kept his $5.
You are automatically a bad person now.
Oh, that's
I
a
really
meme
need to-
now.
I'm
I'm
You
thinking
holding
that's the
that kid's
same.
money.
That's the same person that sent me his copy. Like, Woody still got his.
Well, I'm sure Woody will now that he's seen that, he'll get right on that.
I will. I will change my ways. and
That's
mail this.
different. That's different. That's a damn
I'm
shame.
terrible. I'm so sorry.
Now you're going to find out that
Really?
kid's dead.
Mailing
Now-
isn't a part of my everyday life, and it never happens.
By the way, if I'll tell you what I'll do if I when I upload that video tomorrow on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/fps, the first person who posts a comment, and I'm not gonna tell you what time because I don't even know what fucking time because I haven't rendered the video yet. I just got it edited together. So the first comment, I'm gonna reach into the drawer next to me and you're gonna get a free prize. And I'm just looking in there right now, and there's some cool shit. So there's
I bet there is. I bet there's enough. I don't know what his drawer is like, but I bet there are things in there to kill a man and have sex with a woman.
No, that's the drawer under this one. So under here, it looks like there's like one of those, I don't know, there's Razer Naga mice. There's here's a PlayStation 3 copy of Call of Duty 4, previously owned by White Boy 7th Street. Here is a copy of Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. I got a pair of Astro A40s here with the.
This is an amazing giveaway. Like, you can do a giveaway that is White Boy stuff. That's like a double giveaway.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
gonna
White
give
Boy
away
7th
White Boy shit. Double giveaway Inception.
So leave a comment on Kyle's video.
There
You want to
you
see
go.
you said Razer Naga mouse? I have a Sensei SteelSeries mouse, but this is what makes it cool. Oops, I clicked on my screen. You can put any image you want on the back, so my mouse says Woody's gamer tag. And I
My
know
mouse
it's
says
mirrored,
Death Adder.
but how cool is that?
My mouse has 24 fucking buttons on the side of it.
I don't like that. Yeah, mine has...
I don't even need I don't even need the keyboard anymore.
Just put the whole alphabet on there.
Yeah, it's all on there.
We should get a Razer sponsorship because they're the bomb. Let's put it out there.
Except none of us wear Razer headsets. We only use. I have the Razer Black
I got
Widow
a-
Ultimate keyboard. I've got the Razer Death Adder.
I got the Razer. I got a Razer headset. I've got 2 Razer headsets.
Razer sponsor us. Heather, get on that shit.
3
I got
mice,
Black Widow.
2 keyboards.
I had a Razer mouse and it broke on me. It didn't last.
Actually, I know the Razer wrap.
You sure that was a Razer mouse, Woody, or was it a Logitech?
Come to think of it,
Yeah,
might
Logitech
not have
broke
been
down,
a
didn't it?
2012
Yeah.
Razer Death Adder. It might have been something else.
Of course, the story might change depending on.
Logitech, balls in your court now.
I had a
Advertising extortion. Let's make this happen.
I got a Megalodon I used to wear all the time.
Heather's Gamertag, I follow you on Twitter. Basically, you work for me now, so get it done.
I follow you on Twitter. Basically, you work for me now. Get it done.
By that
Yep.
logic, T-Mart's mom works for me.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, never
Yeah,
mind.
that is-
Bake you some
Martin's
cookies.
mom knows what a figure she is in the world.
I wonder. She's really nice.
Does she know? I bet they're really proud of T. Martin. I bet that's awesome.
I would be.
They should be.
I would be.
You
I
can be
did a
like
dual
my
com
mom
with
that
her.
doesn't know what I do after like 5 years of doing it.
I'll say this: I would, if I had to pick like an accomplishment for my son, I would rather someone do what T. Martin has done than become a doctor. And I know that sounds crazy, but T. Martin can still become a doctor. He's already done this on his own, and he can easily become a doctor if he wants to be. I bet. I'd rather have T. Martin.
I had an exact same thought, Kyle. I was in the shower the other day thinking,
About
and I
T-Mart.
go, but not about being a doctor, but I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, I'm 27, and like, if I lost weight this year, being fat will be a phase of my life and not my life.
That's true.
That's true.
It's a good way to think of it.
The key to getting fit and staying fit is making that exercise that you have to do along with good nutrition something you enjoy. I've been kayaking for the last couple weeks. It's really fun.
I'm bigger than a kayak.
I know that. I'm just saying that I kayak because I'm 180 pounds.
I like
You should
fucking
probably.
pussy. I just have trouble finding partners.
You know what you need to do? A fun activity. You get a rowboat. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, wings in a
I
rowboat.
think I like yoga. I mean, one thing I miss is being strong. I used to be cock fucking strong, dude.
Cock fucking strong.
Dude. Easily pick a 400-pound man up and put him in the
I've
fireman's
done that to
carry.
several chickens. It doesn't take a lot of strength. Those things are weak.
Cock fucking strong.
I mean, I'm serious. I could easily pick a 400-pound man up in the fireman's carry. I could probably still do a 300-pound man.
Where's Kelly at?
I could
No.
This is what we need Kelly. We
This
need
is where
Kelly as
Kelly
a
steps
prop.
in.
Kelly's a great prop.
I could pick him up easily.
You think so?
We don't need
Fireman's
wings
carry,
concussing
I
Kelly
would
on the
like-
show.
You can maybe
Carry
clear
or
a little bit of
GTFO,
area
alright.
there and see if you can carry him across the room. I hope he.
All right, I have a question. Evan, how's your channel doing since you've come back?
It's not doing too bad. I left when it was at about 98,000 subscribers, and I was really hoping to hit that 100K mark. But I left, and then it dropped to about 70-something thousand. Came back and finally broke that 100K mark. So that.
Oh shit, he's just gonna go straight into it. He's going.
Oh God! If he falls on the computer, this could be the greatest
God.
episode of
Oh, no.
PKA ever. Oh,
Hold
good
on.
attempt. Good attempt.
Oh, no.
No way.
No way. No.
He thinks he's
No.
Hodor strong.
Got the leg
Got the leg up. Got the leg up.
Let me try again.
Oh, good.
Hold on,
Wings,
yeah.
don't hurt yourself.
You got this, Wings. You
Oh,
got
he's
this.
taking the
Wings.
glasses
You
off.
got
Oh, both the glasses
Country
came off.
strong. Country strong. Oh,
He's gonna throw his back out.
I'm jumping too, man. What the fuck? I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape. You're perfectly good.
Oh, that's a good effort.
Let Kelly try again.
No, Kelly would hurt himself. Thanks,
right.
Kelly.
All right.
My
Tell-
mouth went where the chick my ass couldn't catch. I got him about this far.
Carry a 300-pound man, you say? I
He's
have
about
one ready.
360 though.
Kyle, that's very. Oh, fireman's carry a 300-pound man. I've got one in the back. One moment, please.
I love that. All right, that was great. Good effort, though. You were putting
Yeah, I
some
like
effort in
that. I like that.
And he was
I didn't
putting
wanna
some effort
hurt
into
myself,
it
so I
too.
was
He
trying to
thought he
bend
was
my
going to
knees.
get that. Honestly, I think it would have sucked for you, obviously, but I thought he was going to pick you up and then fall into like the computer desk, and it was going to crash, and then you were going to like disconnect,
He had no chance of picking me up.
and we would have just ended the show right there.
That would have been so funny.
He had no chance. Like I think I beat him in arm wrestling like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you did.
Beat him on the show. You beat him on the
Yeah.
show that one time. Duh. All right. So anyway, Evan, you were talking about your channel. So it's doing now that you've returned.
Yeah, it's not doing so bad. Only thing is, man, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm still making money from YouTube, which is a dream come true, but the money that I'm making is just not enough, you know?
It's abysmal. Everybody's took a huge hit.
Yeah.
You should play Armor 3 with me and Lefty.
I'd be down for that.
All right, well, we got to play. It's the full game is released, available on Steam now. By the way, Bohemian.
Do we have the full game since we bought the alpha, Lefty?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
That's how you got the beta. It switched to the beta, and then when the game released, you got the full game. You're good to go.
But otherwise, I mean, channel's still growing, still getting views, so what more can I ask for?
I'm down to cross market if you ever want to cross market.
Let's do it.
What was it? Yeah, everyone's cross-marketing now. It's working out great for them. Like, I'm not hating on anyone, so don't take it all twisted. But like, I think the Optic guys are way more successful as a group than they would be otherwise. I think the crew is doing really great.
I think we were more successful as a group than now.
I think we all have done better than we would if we had never worked together. I think who was I thinking of? Oh, Hutch and Sean Anders and those guys are playing together a lot, and then they do better than they would alone.
The Creatures.
Yeah, the Creatures, right? And if you think about most of in the gaming space anyway, a lot of the top channels have a group around them, and people like to sort of follow the whole group.
That's why we're gonna play COD 4 on PC and suck a big fat dick at it.
We talking about them big black dicks too.
I think we just need to do a musical number, one of those really awkward ones that Woody likes to put on his channel, but it's all three of us singing, or all four of us singing.
All singing. Okay.
Yeah.
Acapella? Can we all do it acapella?
Yeah.
We could probably sing acapella because that's a good way to hide how shitty your voice is. If you've got like 3 or 4 other voices, you can all sound kind of good.
Yeah, what if we did like this to Sandman, na na na, like one of those, and we were all singing together? We could pull that off.
Bring me a dream.
Yeah,
Bring me the cutest guy that you've ever seen. We totally need to do this. That teaser right there has people excited about it.
All I can think of now is 8 heads in a duffel bag. And that scene when Joe Pesci's character is in the motel and for some reason he puts all 8 heads on the table at the foot of his bed, and then he has a dream.
So great. They start talking.
Yeah, and they start singing that.
Oh, that's great.
That variation of it. Yeah. Underrated movie, 8 heads in a duffel bag. Check it out. It's probably in a Walmart bin somewhere. You can pick it up for like $4.
A Walmart bin near you.
You guys need a new topic?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
iFly.
Hey.
If you could live as a character from any movie, which movie and character would you pick and why?
James Bond.
James Bond?
Which James Bond?
Oh, man.
Specifically.
Probably one of the Daniel Craig ones, just because that dude is so jacked.
Nah, see, you're making a big mistake here. I'll tell you why. So the Daniel Craig Bond, while I agree, is the superior Bond. Very gritty, very visceral, very realistic. I like it. A little bit of boring, the little bit of the boring combat style coming in there. He gets in a fight, he looks like he got in a fight. I like that. But I think that's precisely why you don't want to be that Bond. That Bond gets his ribs broken on a nightly basis. That Bond gets cut. He gets his balls destroyed, so he's got to go to some crazy clinic in Switzerland. That Bond has deep emotional issues. Pierce Brosnan just fucked a bunch of chicks and had fun.
Wore like $5,000 suits, $5,000 suits all day. Pierce Brosnan
walks up and just fuck shit up. He'll fly a fighter jet, and then he'll fuck Halle Berry, and then he'll kill all the bad guys, even if they've got diamonds in their eyes. He don't care.
He will walk into the Four Seasons Hong Kong hotel in scrubs, having just climbed out of the bay in Hong Kong, and then be like, I want my regular room and my tailor and this hot bitch.
Yeah, after years of torture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Scorpion torture.
Yep.
Brosnan was definitely my favorite growing up. Because, I mean, I loved Bond as a kid, but I don't know. Daniel Craig is just...
I agree.
So much of a
Pierce
badass.
Brosnan was my favorite, and then I feel like Daniel Craig is like a whole new interpretation that I prefer to the older, cheesier, kind of, silly Bond, where it was kind of gadgets and tomfoolery. Now it's more serious, and you're like, yeah, I guess if like if shit went really bad with a spy, some of this could actually happen.
Yeah. Roger Moore, looking back now, Roger Moore's Bond was really bad.
There was voodoo in one of those, dude. Some of those sucked. Like the Bond thing can't.
Sorry to
be thought of that
derail,
high.
Woody. Sorry.
We're totally derailed here.
If you could live as a character from any movie, what would you choose and why?
I would probably say, what was the guy's name from A Beautiful Mind?
You want to be him?
Yeah.
That
Actor?
Well, Russell Crowe
be the character.
played
sexually conflicted mathematician.
sexually conflicted.
Yeah.
No, he was.
He was sexually conflicted because he was on
crazy.
schizophrenic medicine. But just, I want to be the part of him where he, like, when he's fully enveloped in his psychosis, when he, spoiler alert, when he goes into what he thinks is like some government thing, and he's got to look at like a bunch of numbers, and they do that slow turn, like the camera's on a dolly or it must have been on a boom or something, and he's slowly turning around in the room, and he asks, what makes you think these numbers mean something? And then one of the guys off camera says, do you ever just know something? John Nash, do you ever know something, Mr. Nash? And he just looks at him, he's like, constantly. And then he continues on breaking this incredibly elaborate code. I think that's really cool. And yeah, he's schizophrenic, so what? Who cares?
That's a thing that's not nice.
If you live in that,
he likes the idea of
for a few years when he thought he was a government agent, he didn't care that he was crazy.
All right, Wings. Who do you want to be?
It has to be a movie.
Yes.
Well, he is in a movie, but it's a real person.
What do you got?
Hugh Hefner.
Oh God. Do we accept that answer, group, panel?
Well, John Nash was a real person, so.
I mean, what can you do?
Kyle, you got anything?
I don't know.
I didn't have to say why. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to say why.
I think it would be really cool to be William Wallace, except for that whole part where he gets, just horribly tortured, disemboweled, and all that stuff. If I could take that part away, I'd like to be William Wallace, because I feel like he's one of those badass motherfuckers that ever lived. I think, obviously Superman, I guess.
I was going to say, that was mine. Like, you guys keep choosing regular people. Superman's a great person to be.
Yeah.
Too much responsibility.
I'm God now. Let's have some fun.
Bitches and money.
I mean, Superman he's a demigod, at least, right? I mean, the guy's basically invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the whole kryptonite thing.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you guys.
All right.
It's a two-part question. So the first part you've got to answer before I tell you the second part. The first part is, what celebrity or famous person are you most opposite from as far as personality traits go?
Most opposite from?
That's a hard one.
The celebrity.
Real life
least
personality?
like.
Right.
Bill O'Reilly.
Jim Carrey.
I don't. Personality, as far as like being an extrovert and social,
sure.
or like political views, or.
I'm not like Miley Cyrus.
Aww. I thought she looked good in those latex rubber band things she was
Lefty,
wearing.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, like, what am I as a personality? I don't know. You've made me introspective now.
Oh, God.
Well, I want to give a good answer, okay, Kyle?
So
Yeah,
when
good
did
answer
you
is
plan on
important.
giving the good answer?
Let me pick some piece of shit. Tom Cruise.
Okay, so we got Tom Cruise, Bill O'Reilly, Miley Cyrus, and Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I said, oh yeah. Never mind.
So the
said
second
Bill
part of the question is, how are you most like those people?
Sense of humor.
That's good for Kyle, at least. Dashing good looks.
I like money.
I'm an outstanding dancer.
The worst part is you can't argue with that because he won a fucking contest. He won a
Yeah.
dancing contest.
I won a dancing contest.
So anytime, someone's like, Woody can't dance, you're just like, he literally won a fucking
The score is
contest.
posted, bitch. There was a contest internet-wide to see who was the best dancer, and I got first place. Therefore, if you want to know what good dancing is like, you look toward me.
And I will say this. We were at a party. I do not dance. I refuse to dance. And we were at a party, and I was with a girl, and she wanted to dance. And Woody's like, I'll dance. And Woody's immediately out there, and Woody can dance. Woody can dance.
Woody
Broke
cuts
out
a
the Running
rug.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. He was
Yeah.
out there, and everybody was like, "Wow, Woody is going, Woody's going to town. Woody made a spectacle of himself in a good way."
Nice.
Yeah, I can cut a rug, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah. You might say that's not good dancing, yet if you check the scoreboard, you'll find me in first place.
Okay.
I have a T-shirt that says Call of Duty Dancing King. I don't think there's a better dancer in the COD community, that's for sure. I know I've expanded beyond just that, but, if you look at the COD gamers, name a better dancer.
I could say the same thing about the people in wheelchairs community. I'm dance better than all of them.
I think.
But you're not
All right.
in a wheelchair. Woody
I think he
is a COD gamer or a gamer.
I can sit in wheelchairs.
He brings a
You
strong
don't know
point.
how this works.
He's like,
You got me there, Wings. You won.
Like that, yeah. Yeah, you got it.
What do you call that? Like, what do you call those little things that you drive in? Like, you sit down in their electric car. It's like a rascal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scooters. Rascal
Yeah, little
scooters.
scooter rascals would say. I bet Wings is better than most rascal drivers.
Yeah, I can walk.
Well,
I don't need that to get around Walmart. I'd be ashamed, dude. No matter how big I am, I'm never going to get on one of those things.
Boogie used one once. You remember him talking about that?
Yeah.
And it was hard for him to accept. Like, he just couldn't walk all over Walmart. It's a lot of
Let me tell you, the
walking.
hardest thing I've ever had to do as a fat person. Buy a 5X shirt.
A 5X shirt.
I own one of them.
Mm.
And I bought it for the reason I needed something nice to wear.
Oh, is it a
And
button down?
Yeah, it's a button down.
How does it fit on you now? How does it fit on you now?
It fits fine.
Is it bigger though than it was when you got it? Does it fit bigger? I mean,
I don't really know what my starting weight is, but I've only really lost like 3 pounds, Lefty.
well, I
where
mean,
is that
losing.
damn thermometer that I asked for, by the way. There should be
Yes.
like a 1/4 inch of scribbling in it by now. Oh shit!
Oh.
Get that junk out of there. All right, set it up right then. Set it up right. Your goal
Yeah,
should be
first
to
of all,
lose two. Your goal
portrait
should be
mode.
200 pounds.
My goal is 400 right now.
That's impossible.
400 pounds ain't impossible.
How much do you weigh right now?
I'm 430. I started at 435.2 on the 5th of September. I weighed myself on the 11th of September. I was 433.8. It's a loss of 2 pounds or 1.6. Gonna get
So your
technical.
goal is to lose 35 pounds to get to 400 pounds.
Yes, and then I'm gonna drop it probably to like 350 and just start over. And see. Like,
Wow, hang that shit up. What are you doing?
I just ain't got time to hang. I ain't hung it
Oh.
up yet. I haven't even done the video yet.
I think you should fill in the thermometer on a scale of like 0 to 35.
Well,
Yes.
actually, if you say it's 3 colors, see the purple actually. Well, I was going to explain the video. The purple is the first 2-week period, where it's the hardest. You got to get stuff out your system. But I'm still trying to
You
get.
know how these work. They're not different colors, brother. Come on. You just want that thermometer, and you want it to get. You want to fill it up till it gets to 35, and from the bottom, and you've got like 3 pounds, so it'd be like 1/10 of the thermometer would be full at this point.
Yeah, we're just going standard like money drive at a school here. We're not going intricate
Like
thermometer.
Fahrenheit, normal barometric pressure,
Yeah, you've got the
sea
Cadillac of
level.
You've discouraged him.
thermometers
now.
over there.
Oh,
You
well,
heard it
fuck.
clearly.
It was,
I'm
I
not
didn't
discouraging
mean
me.
to. I was just confused by the purple and the yellow and the. All right, I give up. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it discouraged me. I was like, I broke. I guess I overthought it.
But
You know
wait,
what else I would do if you're flexible on ideas? I think I'd put the thermometer in portrait mode and have it be bigger. Like as it is now, it occupies like 8% of the thing.
I don't want the monitor to be the whole idea. I kind of wanted. I wanted more of like so I could see where the weight loss is every week. So when I see like, oh, I lost 1.6 pounds last week and I lost 3 this week, progress.
Well, I'll say this then. That sounds like a really good idea for you to have for you. But I just thought for comedic purposes, for the camera and for the video's sake, maybe it would be funny to have it was silly at first because you had only lost 0.8 pounds and you were going to be like, really excited about it and like barely, color a little bit of red marker in to like represent the 0.8.
Yeah.
Guess not, though.
Do we need a new topic?
Yeah.
Describe your worst day ever and describe your best day ever.
Like what would be my worst day ever, or what has been my worst day ever?
I think what has been your worst day ever. iFly. Kick it off.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. I think I promise it's going to be in the past 7 months, but I'm trying to nail it down.
Yeah, there's a couple days in my last 7 months, which are all candidates, right?
Yeah. Oh shit.
I would have to say my grandfather's funeral because I was really close to him and he was a iFly's thinking. I was really close to him, and then just the finality of having to say goodbye in that sense. It was tough, and just having to remember all the fun I had with him and the emotional ties, and then realizing never again, never in any sense again.
That's the thing about death, right? Like it's so forever. It's almost difficult to comprehend how forever it is.
Yeah. So that was at least the worst one. Now we can get on to the best.
What you just described is pretty much like hoarding syndrome.
What do you mean?
It's different with people.
Like people can't, like people that have hoarding problems, a mental disorder, they can't get rid of like things like trash because they feel like they're going to lose it forever and they might need it for some reason. Where it's like a logical person be like, well, I haven't touched this thing in a year. It might be best I don't keep it.
Is that how you describe your relationship with your grandfather?
No. But I was just saying, like, the whole idea of that you can't wrap your head around it is the foundation of hoarding.
Okay. Best day ever, Lefty?
Best day ever. So much. I want it to be YouTube related, because I mean, best day ever. Okay, graduating high school, getting into college. Okay, meeting my girlfriend, and the day her and I got together was really nice. No, you know what? The first day I was able to fly my girlfriend out to Chicago when I picked her up at the airport. That drive to the airport was probably the best drive I will ever have in my entire life, anywhere. Because usually I hate going to the airport, because fuck driving to the airport. It's a pain in the ass. But that drive to the airport was awesome.
How many times did you run over your head that you're going to get a regular pussy?
What?
What?
You know it had to go through your mind that, yep, days of regular pussy are commencing.
I'm like writing mine out, trying to make sure I get my thoughts
it wasn't.
straight. Then he's like, you're getting that regular pussy, right? I was like, wait, what?
It wasn't at all sexual. It wasn't at all
I know it wasn't,
thing.
but you can't say you didn't think about it.
Well, in the lead up, I mean, there was a 2 days before, 3 days before, 4 or 5 days before. Well, of course, yeah, but I'm talking about that day on that drive, and then the rest of the day spending it with her. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a sexual thing. Yeah, it was really fun because I get to be like, oh my God, there's so much about me and my life and what I do and where I live and where I want you to live that I want to share with you. And let's go. I want to take you all around town and show you all these things. It's awesome, and that was really fun.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I will. My I think worst day. My grandma died last year. And the last time I saw her, she was just like really, really sick, and I think she weighed like 90 pounds at that point. And she was just crying, saying she loved me, and that was like the first time she'd recognized me in a week. And I think she died later that day, so that was a shitty day. But the best day I've ever had was actually a night. when I was pig hunting in Texas with a bunch of my friends, and I have 10 witnesses that will testify in court if needed that I fought a 250-pound Russian boar with nothing but a pocket knife and won. So that was the best night.
I can't really top Kyle's, but I have it. My worst day was the day Brandy broke up with me. I mean, she basically had my truck for a week. She had borrowed it because her car was in the shop, and she brought it back to me, and she broke up with me. And then she broke my iPhone, and then she stole my camera, and it was just a shitty day, all wrapped up in one. And then once I got on Twitter to kind of like get some kind of closure and vent about it, I just had a bunch of people call me fat. Just felt really shitty. And like the best day was the first YouTube partner channel paycheck for Machinima, when I realized that I have a job now.
Hey, that was a great day, right?
Yeah. They paid us in like a 3-month period, so it was like a $20,000 or $30,000 check.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was, in my case, it was about that. It was about $20,000 or $30,000, and the whole time that I've been working toward, because it was several months of pay, you got to keep in mind, that had built up that we were waiting on. We were switching from a quarterly pay scale to a monthly pay scale, and so it was a lot of months built up. And it was our first big paycheck since we started getting paid on our channels. It was the first time, that they're like, yeah, we're getting paid on your personal channels now. And then like 3 or 4 months went by before we actually saw the money from that endeavor.
Dude, it was like sick.
And you could do the math in your head, and you knew how much was owed, and that got kind of scary because we were all talking amongst ourselves, and we added our combined money up, and we're like, that's a lot of money. Are they really about to cut that big check? And and finally they did, and everybody's PayPal in alphabetical order blew up, and then you saw us all, and you could see it on Twitter. You knew it by if you can use the Wayback Machine to that day. I don't know, sometime January 2012, I think. To go on Twitter and see what we were all saying on Twitter, and it was so much love for our network and so much love for fans, and that's what it was, because we'd finally gotten paid for.
It also gave you validity. Like you get this, you would get like these small checks from like putting stuff on their channel like every 6 months. Then all of a sudden it became like a sustainable like job. It's like, oh shit.
That's exactly how it was. Yeah,
it's like
at first it was like a little bonus check occasionally that you wouldn't even count as income. You just counted as I stumbled upon an extra $300 here today, and then it became sort of an almost income, but not really. And then that day happened in January.
So I was in a different spot. I worked at Cisco at the time, and I had a regular job, and I was making 6 digits, and everything was cool. But I was kind of living week to week, and I was spending all my money on Colin's medical care. And like at its peak, I think I spent $47,000 in 1 year on Colin. So that's a lot, right? And in my check, that first check, I remember it was 50 something. It was I don't know, between $50,000 and $60,000. And it wasn't like I was suddenly rich, right? Because $50,000 doesn't make you rich. It was just suddenly I could have the things that I needed. Suddenly like I didn't have to look at expenses for Colin's stuff. Suddenly.
How'd you get that much? Me and Kyle were both bigger than you at that point.
No, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't think Kyle was bigger actually. I uploaded every day.
I was doing right then. I was doing. I can tell you exactly how many million a month. Right then I was doing about 3.5 million a month, and Woody was cranking out like 5 million a month.
Or better.
Or more.
Yeah.
Or even more.
And I was uploading every day. I remember they partnered my channel, and this is before I uploaded every day. And Wings was like, hey, I think I can make. You told. I guess we'll use numbers. Wings. He said, Machinima just offered me a partnership. And I did the math, and it's worth about $80,000 a year. And I was like, wow. And like that's amazing. And then I was like, so I did the math on mine based on like as a percentage of subs or something. And I was like, oh. So I had in my head that I would make something, in that neighborhood. And then the first week, I added up how many views I got off like the one video I uploaded that week, and I was like, whoa, I'm at a $5,000 a year run rate. maybe I should work harder. And that's when I started uploading daily, and I had more to say, and then I got all this positive feedback off my channel, and it became like this passion, and I was uploading, and the money was part of the motivation, but the feedback was another part of the motivation, and Mail Monday was created, and I was helping people, and I was getting paid for helping people, and it was like this whole new thing, and it made me feel special, and it just exploded from there.
Yeah,
and
it was great, and I liked working at it.
Great.
I liked working at it as hard as I could. When I was doing the Let's Plays before, I know a lot of people who listen to this remember when I was doing the Let's Plays on FPS Kyle's Let's Plays, and that channel only had like 17,000 subscribers at the time, but I uploaded so many fucking videos that I did 1 million views in 1 month with
Nice.
17,000 subscribers.
If people don't know those are amazing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah, I just got passionate about it, and I felt successful, and then all of a sudden I felt different at work. If you've never been an adult, then you probably don't know what it is to really need money, right? Like, in my home anyway, I'm pulling the train, right? Jackie, Hope, and Colin, they're all passengers, and I'm paying for everything. And
Wait a minute now. No. Jackie's not a
Yeah.
passenger. Jackie's the conductor. You're pulling the train.
All right, fair enough. You're right, and it made it sound like she's a dependent. That's not really what I was going for, but the responsibility is on me to feed everybody, and it's on me alone. And when suddenly that starts going a whole lot smoother, then that's a really glorious thing. So that was good, but that wasn't the day I was thinking of as my good one, actually. I feel like my best day ever is supposed to be like the birth of a kid or something, but it wasn't. That's a fucking medical procedure. Like it really wasn't that great a day. It was time consuming, and it involved lots of waiting rooms and blood, and and then when you're done, you have like a kid that can't even talk. So that's what having kids was like. Best day ever is supposed to be my wedding. Oh my God, the formality of that. It took all day long. It was hot. They kept telling me what to do. Like that. The party was good afterwards, but mostly my wedding was not the best day of my life. The one that pops into my head was actually a day in Chicago with Kyle and Joe. What did the day consist of? Like, we got up, had some breakfast, we walked around Chicago, did sightseeing, then
Where
we
did you
had
eat
this
breakfast?
like
Did we go to Denny's or something?
it might have just been the like Cracker Barrel or something outside the hotel.
Oh,
And then,
yeah, it was.
And then we went to have, is it Brazilian barbecue? Is that what it's called?
Brazilian Steakhouse. Yeah,
Brazilian steakhouse. In my memory, it was the most amazing meal I've had in my entire life. And then, of course, we went to the gym and we started like doing MMA training with Joe Lozon and some other guys at the gym. And we were hanging out with this reporter from Yahoo.com who writes up on MMA stuff. And we all rolled and exercised. And then
let me just point out, I knew nothing about jiu-jitsu. I had nothing, zero.
But he was still
I'm
down.
talking about, I knew nothing about it. And they just threw me into this, and I end up rolling with this reporter he's describing from Yahoo Sports, who just assumes I know what I'm doing, but I quickly let him know I don't know what I'm doing. The instructor doesn't know. He's like, how much experience do you have? And I'm just like, none. I don't know what I'm doing here. They just threw me on the ground, and this guy's crawling on me now. This is what's up.
and then we went to the top of the Sears Tower. I actually have a picture on. You can't see what's in the picture, but that picture is from that day. It's us. Here, hold on, I'll get it.
It's Willis Tower now. It'll always be
I
the
wanted to
Sears
make that
Tower
correction
to me.
as well.
But it will always be the Sears Tower to me. Fuck the Willis Tower. Fuck that Sears Tower. Fucking naming rights bullshit.
This is a picture from that day of us standing on top of the Sears Tower.
It's got that glass floor. That's cool.
Hey, who's that
Yeah.
other guy?
Joe Lozon.
Is that Kyle? That's not Kyle.
I made a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't
Kyle's
know.
associate.
The coolest
But,
part is the glass floor.
Yeah, the glass floor is the key part. So, anyway, I apologize for that. But, yeah, that is actually, it's a recent day, so maybe it stands out in my memory more. But it was one of the best days I've ever had. It was a total, like, good day. And I feel bad because it's supposed to be, like, whatever, playing with kids or something, pushing them on the swing.
And when kids
But,
is really that fun.
It can be. It can be really rewarding. One of the best things I like
I don't
about my
have-
current lifestyle is Colin sits right next to me. You can like see his. There I'm trying to. I can't get the camera to show it, but right on the other side of that monitor is Colin's notebook computer. It's mine, but whatever. And he sits here next to me playing Minecraft. I sit here usually running WoodyCraft, and we just freaking pair up and do stuff all day. And I'll ask.
But you got to look at it our sides. Like, have you ever played with somebody else's kids?
Right. Yeah, I have. they can be. They're
Just
fun
go
short
in here as
bursts.
one.
I hate most children. I really liked your kids, Woody. I really did. I'm not just saying that because I just said that I hate children thing. I genuinely like Woody's kids. They're really great kids. Most kids, though, I fucking hate them. Like kids in restaurants and shit, I'm just looking at them like, if I had laser beam eyes and no one would know it, I'd just melt your face, you little brat. I'd just melt your face like some sort of godless Superman in another dimension, and no one would know I did it, but you'd be gone from Red Lobster and I could enjoy my soup.
So yeah, that was my best day. It was a really complete thing of like MMA, great food, good friends, and cool places and sights and stuff to do. It's my version of a good day.
Yeah, it was a really good day.
Who hasn't gone?
It's Evan's turn.
iFly.
Okay, so one of these three events are probably the worst, but I mean, looking back on them, it's really not that bad. So the first one was when I first got caught on Chatterbait. That was a nightmare. Second one was when I found out that I wasn't going to be a pilot in the Air Force. That hit me pretty hard. And then the third one was when my wife left, or ex-wife left. But I mean, all those events, I mean, turns out my wife and I aren't meant to be. The pilot thing just didn't work out. Chatterbait thing, whatever. As far as the best day, I think it was like a week or 2 weeks after my wife left. And I hung out with some of my best friends in the Air Force. And there was 4 of us, and we just, we had dinner somewhere, and we drove to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is about an hour away from the base. We bought a bottle of whiskey and just passed it around the back seat, and got drunk on the way there. Got drunk that night, stayed at some random frat house, and I remember just feeling so free, as if like a weight had been lifted from me and everything was going to be all right. And that was one of the best days ever.
Nice. Yeah, my friend Dan got divorced. His situation, I think, was rougher than yours in that he was married for like 12 years and he had 4 kids. But we did a similar thing for him. We took him to the Dominican Republic. No, we went to the John Muir Trail the first year and started the mancation tradition. And it was the same sort of thing. He just needed some friends around him to help him get his head on straight.
Yeah, those guys down there, man. I miss them. They're some good guys.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. So did everybody go?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
All
If
right.
I remember correctly.
That was a good question. That brought out some dark demons. And some bright moments. And we all shared a little.
All right. Do we need another one from the same questioner?
Yeah, I like these.
What is one skill or ability you wish you had? Be right back.
So the real question is, do you want to speak another language or play an instrument, right?
Damn it, yeah.
No.
Yeah, get that bullshit out of here and get a real answer. Come on.
I would like to have graphic design. That's a skill I wish I had.
I bet Woody picks one of the 2 things I just said.
Wait. Oh, do I get to know what they are?
Nope.
All right. I would like the ability to stop time.
Oh, well, that's just not even a real thing now.
No, that's
Yeah,
not a
are we
skill.
doing realistic skills like carpentry? I want to be able to hang cabinets or
I was
Yeah,
hanging a
exactly.
picture while you were
I want
down
the
the
ability
rules.
to be God.
I wish I was better at being a god.
The Galactic Overlord Xenu.
All right.
you know what it would
Supposed to
be?
real life
Mine would
skills?
be the
Yeah, your real life skills, something that if you had the time, the patience, and the aptitude, you could do as you right now. You could do
I
it.
know
You just
what it is, and I bet Kyle predicted it right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want to play a musical instrument well. Was that one?
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told him I was like, so what do you guys want to do? Is it play a musical instrument well, or is it speak another language? And they're all like, yeah. I'm like, get the bullshit out of here. Pick a real answer, something that's something that has something to do with you. You know, there's no part of you that's like, yeah, man, I just wish I could play the guitar all fucking day. You know, if there's something in your life that you're failing at, you're coming up short at.
I told mine graphic design. I see people's videos that do Call of Duty videos that have all this graphic design in them.
That shit's expensive.
Great. I wish I could do it. Just like I didn't need to pay anybody to do it. I could just sit on my computer and do it myself.
Yeah, it's graphic design stuff's expensive. If you get somebody that knows what they're doing, you spend several $100s.
You can get someone who doesn't know what they're doing much cheaper.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But you want someone who knows what they're doing, and that's
right.
a problem.
If you're willing to go substandard, there are people in
the
other
worst
countries
problem with
who work
this
for $10 an hour.
And the worst problem with graphic design is you could never just like ask like on Twitter or something, hey, can anybody do this? Because you get like so many people who can't fucking do it.
You're like, yeah.
My cousin Ray, he's got a bootleg copy of like Photoshop. He can mix something up for you. By the way, he's 4 and only has.
And then they ask you, "What'd you think of it? Are you going to use it? What'd you think of it?" Like, dude, like it totally sucked.
I can't be honest. I never know what to say. I can't even like critique them.
Now, if someone comes to me with an MS Paint scribble, I appreciate the humor. But when you bring to me Photoshop garbage, it's like, dude, if I wanted it to suck, I'd have taken on that job myself.
And I'm left with, and at that point, I have a couple of options, and this is my curse as being somebody who thinks about people's feelings. So I can either lie. I can say, yeah, I like it, and then they're going to get excited. They're going to think I'm going to use it, but I'm never going to use it because it's terrible. And they're never going to, make anything for me actually because, we're pretty much stopped here at this point where I told him I liked something that he made, but it's terrible. That's an end game. Or I can tell him it's shitty and I don't like it. And he's going to get all pissed off about it. And I can't do that.
But
Everything
in my head,
threatening to unsub.
I'm like, how are you so self-unaware that you didn't this looks like it was made in Photoshop because the letters have a shadow, but mostly you just type something on a blue background and it's shit. It doesn't look good. It's not even the right aspect ratio. How are you so unaware of what I need?
They're trying.
Now, if you're paying the person, if you're like, I'll pay you $50 or $100 for this commissioned work, and then they come back to you,
$50 an hour.
then you tell them this is shit. You need to fix it because I commissioned this. This sucks. But if it's some guy that's like, if you go to Twitter like, hey, can you make me something on spec? And then somebody comes to you with shit. How can you realistically be like, yeah, dude, that kind of sucks, and not feel like a bastard, like a prick?
But it makes me feel bad, but I don't know how to. If Taylor Swift said, hey, I need a guitarist tonight, does anyone know how to play? And I was like, I do. I know how bad I am, right? Like, I would not raise my hand. I have this recognition of where I am in the hierarchy, and it's all the way at the bottom. This just isn't your cup of tea. You're bringing the suck.
You're better than me.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
Not enough for the show.
Not enough for the show. So there's a reason there's no guitar on my channel, and and I would just know that. But like whenever I ask for a thumbnail for my next video or something, and people are coming up with some of the stuff they come up with, I think, like, what were you even?
The worst part of it for me is a lot of the graphic designers for some reason have fans. And so you'll have like all these people bolstering their claims of being good, and you're like, holy shit! Everybody seems to think that this like XXX9975R guy is the man, and he'll do something for you. And you're like, what the fuck is this? That's not even 3D. That's just...
Or he has like no graphical range whatsoever. Like, everything this guy makes looks like graffiti, or everything this guy makes looks like Captain America style, or everything. And he's like, all right, I made this thing for you. And I'm like, that doesn't fit anything that I do.
Oh, right. You go to their channel where all their speed art videos are, and it's just the same thing. Like,
right.
Look, I made this for T. Martin. I made this for I made this for this person. It's all the same stuff. Like, oh, okay. Well,
and it's not like it's bad because it's a skill. I don't even have the level that they have. I really don't. But what I'm complaining about is being at the mercy of a market that is difficult to deal with, find a professional in. And when you do, they are
I'm just
extremely
glad I picked
fucking
a good
expensive.
skill.
Yeah.
Because that's a skill I wish I had. Because I can't stand having to wade through what you guys are talking about, and like even waiting on somebody else. Like, it sucks to like, all right, I got this video coming up. I need a cover. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
it does.
And then you got to go beg somebody because you feel like an asshole asking for somebody else to do your work for you.
Yes. Yeah, I typically do my own stuff. I develop like a pattern and then I'll make it or grab some pictures and make them fit.
Because it makes you feel like an asshole. It's not an easy thing to like, oh, can anybody make a thumbnail for me? Because part of the job is shifting through all the bad ones to find a good one.
God, and thinking about this question, I've realized there's so many things I'm unskilled at that I wish I was. I feel like such an unaccomplished prick. Like one of them's like, I want not to be like a super competent electrician, but minimal electric knowledge. To be like, if I get a house or something, I'd be like, I want to pull this outlet over there, or there's an addition that I'm putting on the house.
Lefty,
I want to pull this all the what?
We could get you that in an afternoon.
Outlets are easy.
But stuff like that, not just stuff like that. You know, I've got.
Panel.
I have to wind my own transformer. I can do that, or I got to create this basic logic. Not basic.
Wait a minute. Do you want to be Bill Nye the Science Guy? Because that's where this is heading.
You're basically a full-blown electrician now, Woody.
I want to form armatures out of magnesium carbonate.
Right.
I want to make my own electric motors and stuff.
No, but not make my own microphones, not make my own condenser microphone or anything like that. But just I want to this reclamation project I got to do and all that kind of stuff. That'd be cool. Or wrenching on a car.
I could teach you that if you're ever down to South Carolina.
I'll drive down. We'll do vlogs fixing my car.
Yeah, but I could totally do that. We'll fix your car up in the afternoon.
So you want basic American handyman fix-it skills.
Right, but I would like to not just know how to do it, I would want to know why it works, to understand the principles behind the things.
You play Armor How Long with me and you don't ask about cars?
You talk about trucks all the time in that game, Wiggs. I've had entire episodes of us playing devoted to you shit talking to cars.
We don't actually get down to the whole nuts and bolts of them.
Well, the video isn't about you teaching me how to work on cars.
What skill do you wish you had?
Oh, man. Well, when you first asked that, I don't know, it's not specifically a musical instrument, but I'd like to be able to produce music better. I don't know if that's pretty much the same thing. So, I wish I was better at talking to girls. Or just being able to put myself out there.
You're in the right place.
Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not.
No. The guy that says "what" a lot is the one you want to listen to about talking to chicks and
God
being out
damn
there.
It. Look, that is correct. That is one of the two correct ways to pronounce that.
If me, Woody, and Kyle ever get back together, we gotta have a girl pickup contest. Like, just walk into a room, see if you can get a girl's number.
Well,
Woody's married, you jackass.
It doesn't matter.
He's married. I have a girlfriend.
After we get a girl's number, we can say it was just a social experiment. Hi, you're on camera. Blah 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 blah.
You know what? So let's do hypothetical single me. I wonder if I'm good at talking to girls. I think everybody thinks they're good at talking to girls while they currently have a girlfriend, right? Like if you're dating someone, you're like, yeah, I got game. Hypothetical single of me would be picking up people all the time. Yeah, of course I have game. I already locked this shit in.
I wish I had a little bit better game. Like, there's parts of my game I wish was better. Like, paying for dinner on the first night. What part of the game is that? That ain't part of the game. That's the busted part. You need to be able to talk to a girl and to go in Dutch on the first date. Have her buy her own shit.
Is that Dutch? Is that?
Yeah. That's where she pays for her part and you pay for yours. It's going.
Yeah, it is going Dutch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a term they use where you are.
Never heard that before. I've heard Dutch oven, which is different.
That's very different.
A little different.
Yeah, but not Dutch paying for
What do
dinner.
they call it? Going even? Going.
Split the bill.
Split the check. Split the check. Okay.
The reason you want to go Dutch,
they call it being single.
Anybody will accept a free meal, but if you can get a girl to like you and pay for her meal, you're doing something.
See, I hate that when I'm out to dinner with multiple people. If it's just like everybody pulls out like their calculators or cash, and I'm just like, screw it, I'll pay for it. You guys pay me whatever you bought later, if at all.
Money Lefty.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit.
Making it rain.
I'll pay for everybody.
I hate when people want to do it at a drive-through.
I have one of my girlfriend's friends is so fucking stingy that all right, so get this. So it's me and my girlfriend and two of her friends are at dinner and we get an appetizer. And she was mad that we split the appetizer 3 ways instead of 4. Think about that for a second. So we split the bill between each of my girlfriend's friends and my girlfriend and I as the couple. So we split the bill 3 ways, and yet we ate the appetizer 4 ways. She was mad that she had to pay for 33% of the appetizer rather than only 25%.
But wait,
she was upset.
Right. There are 4
over,
of you, and you thought that you should only pay for 1 meal when you and your girlfriend clearly ate 2?
It was an appetizer. It was a cheese dip. She is mad about 8% of the bill of a cheese dip.
Okay,
that she
so
is having to tote.
I mean,
How do you get off not paying 50% of your meal?
Dude, you know that's so ridiculous. When you're at dinner and it's something like an appetizer, you're like, yeah, who gives a fuck? $5 here, $10 there. I'm not gonna quibble over pennies. But she like makes a thing of it. She's like, well, that really should have been split 4 ways, but whatever. And I'm like, how much was it? 68 cents? Like, do we really need to do the math here? Like, it's
so
ridiculous.
If you, me, and your girlfriend go out to dinner, you'll want to split the check in half? You and your girlfriend, and then I get the other half?
If it were just the 3 of us, then I would probably pay for the whole bill, or you would pay for the whole bill.
That's what we do in real life.
That's totally what we do.
That's what we do all the time.
But in this scenario, it was a different, relationship thing. It's my girlfriend and I. I'm obviously paying for her because that's what I do.
Not really. One of you got a free meal.
She totally got a free meal. I'm paying for her meal, but
no, she got a free meal because you combined with her friend paid for her meal.
Oh my God, such a time. No, just the appetizer. That's the other thing. It's 8% of the appetizer alone. It's 8% of the cost of a cheese dip.
That's probably like $10, right?
No, it was like at an Applebee's or something. This is like
$1.
It's like $1, yeah. No, it's not even that. That would make the cheese dip like
$12 or
$10, yeah, $12 or something. So it's a third that. We're literally talking about pennies here, like 30, 40 cents. And like she almost wanted to start an argument about it.
I think if I were her, it would have crossed my mind, definitely. I would have been thinking like, okay, now wait a minute. But I definitely wouldn't have brought it up. That's a little bit too far.
That's when you take $1 and you stuff it down her shirt. Like, here you go.
That would go over so poorly, I can't even begin to.
Would you be in trouble for that, you think?
I don't know who would hit me first.
It would just be a beating.
It's a good move, though. I like it.
No.
If she's going to be a bitch like that, she's like, oh, okay, here's your $1. Bam, right in your bra. Bitch.
Sounds like she's a grenade.
No, I'm not going to say anything bad about this young lady. Like I like
I
you.
will. She's a grenade.
No, I'm not saying anything like that. It just the stinginess bothers me just a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds like Brandy's sister. She was like that. Like she get upset over the littlest fucking thing.
I don't like stingy people. There's 2 kinds of people I don't like. I don't like stingy people, and I don't like people without a sense of humor. If you're either of those kind of people, I can never be friends with you. I can deal with just about anything else. I can deal with a shitty personality. I can deal with, bad hygiene, whatever. I can deal with it if I have to, if you're a cool guy and, you're down for the cause and everything. But if you don't have a sense of humor, it's just not going to work.
Why are we friends then? I don't have no sense of humor.
You're okay.
I got
How do you get a car cheap?
New. It depends what your goal is. Do you want a new car or a used car?
A new car.
Has to be a new car.
Well,
you got to be certain.
I had thought
you
new
can't
car.
ever walk in there and let them switch you from one to the other, because then you're left. All your research is no good then.
Yeah. Oh, it's a new car.
Okay.
So you have a new car, you have your favorite options all picked out, and you want this one as cheap as you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the strategy?
How nice of a car is it? Like you've got kind of a
It's nice. This is
high-ish.
So I'm not doing it now, but I'm talking about my next truck, which will probably be something on the level of Wings' current
That's
truck.
even easier. All right. Do you want so you want to do this next year? You want to do this?
Yeah, the reality is it's like a year and a half out, but I'm just.
I'm telling you, like strategically, you want to do this sometime next year. You want to do it when the new year model's rolling out. So the 2014s are out now. So when the 2015s have come out, there'll be greater incentives from the manufacturer. they'll get more rebates and stuff, and you'll find that dealerships are really, really flexible to get rid of those 2014s and get the 2015s out. And I bet, the 2015 will have some weird quirk to it. They'll fog out the headlamps or, put a little piece of plastic on the bumper or something like that. So, you'll be able to get a good price on 2014. And
Also,
as far as
the bigger
negotiation, you want to straight up ask for the invoice. There's no negotiation. There's no haggling like you see in the movies. You simply ask for the invoice of the vehicle to be put on the table, the legit invoice that has everything. You want the dealer holdback to be listed. You want everything to be listed right there. The profit margins are all printed out right there on every single option on the particular vehicle, and you can see right there how much the dealership has in that car. And you basically decide how much money you think they should make today. If you feel like $300 is a fair profit, then tell them you'll pay, the invoice minus holdback plus $300 because you feel like that's what they're worth. If you feel like their time was worth $500,
There was a part I didn't keep up with. You'll play the invoice minus holdback, as in you're not giving them their holdback,
correct.
but you add in $300 for their time.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, the salesman's doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, what I would do, the legit thing to do, would be to ask for invoice minus holdback and take nothing less. And then I'd tip the salesman though, whatever you think is fair for his time. Because if you don't give him something, he's getting $50 tops for 3 or 4 hours of work.
What is holdback exactly?
It's just a percentage of the vehicle cost that's set aside in a little box for the dealership to tuck away. It's just another way they try to game you.
And so that's it. Dealer, you pay invoice minus holdback, and then tack on a couple $100. You said.
If you feel like the dealership should make a profit, then yeah. I mean, you're basically
talking.
talking.
I feel like the dealership should take.
Then don't. That's what I was saying. That's what the right way to do it, in my opinion, would be to try to buy the truck for invoice minus the holdback. So basically, for what they paid for it, because you're taking an old age unit off their hands. That's what they refer to them as, old age units. And you're taking that off their hands, getting it off their books. They don't want 2014 shit on their books, on their lot. Each square in that lot they have a vested interest in it, and a 2014 doesn't equal that vested interest. I guarantee it, not on a big lot. And so, but the salesman has done a lot of work. Minimum 3 hours to do a new car sale like that. Especially, and if you're negotiating with him like I'm describing, you might be there for 4, maybe 5 hours before you get out of finance. And the whole time he's hustling and running around and getting it washed up. So, I'd tip him $200 or $300.
Before I get out of finance, does that take long? 'Cause I'm not financing anything.
It won't take long then. It won't take long then. You just got to be very clear and upfront when you get in the.
When he's showing up with a duffel bag of cash.
Well, no,
Bam, new car.
You want to be very clear and upfront, because even if you are, writing a check for the car or whatever, they'll offer you lots of aftermarket protections, and some of them you might actually be interested in if it's something that you have a particular interest in. But 99% of the time, you can do it better on your own aftermarket and just getting rid of that middleman that is the dealership. They'll offer you things like wheel and tire protection, which is just a bullshit insurance plan for your wheels and tires. They'll offer you undercoating, which doesn't even exist. They'll offer you permaplate, which is basically just a warranty. They don't even spray the product on the fabric most of the time. They'll offer you window etching. What I do is I don't even know who's got the fucking registry. I don't think there is one. We just basically acid etch your glass with a coat on it, and but we don't tell anybody that there's no registry. It's just up to you to write that number down, I guess. So if somebody steals the fucking glass out of your car, God, where the hell do you live where they steal the glass out of your car? You can call the police and be like, hey, if you find the glass from a 2014 Silverado, my code is 215099er. What the hell?
That's a thing too. They'll be like, all right, this car has these costs built into it. We gave you undercoating, we gave you window etching, we gave you.
No, they didn't. None of those things exist. Tell them to scratch it off. That's not That's a service, not a product. It doesn't exist. It's not a tangible asset. It's a service, not a product. Fuck that. That goes away. If they try to
That's one of those things where you're like, either you deal with this or I leave. This is not a negotiable.
Let me ask you this, Kyle. What happens when Woody gives the pricing and they say no, which most likely is going to happen?
You take his business card and exchange numbers and tell him that you're going to keep shopping. And then you keep shopping. It's not an easy thing getting a car like this. It's just the cheapest way to do it. You might have to go to 4 dealerships. You might have to spend 4 Saturdays doing this. But in the end, you're going to...
money. Like, if you save $7,000, that's worth a couple days of your time.
Well, I'm saying, like, what if you want to pay... Would you give up $1,000 and not spend four Sundays doing this?
I mean, there's a little bit of give and take there, too. But it's one of those things that you can do a lot of the groundwork online at home first. You don't want to do it traditionally. You don't want to be out there. You don't want to be a lot out there and get caught by some lot lizard, some guy that's just out there in the lot looking for people walking by and are going to latch on to you. Hey, you need some help today? My name's John. Welcome to Team Ford. And you are Bill. Bill, how can I help you today? Well, what are your needs? Well, where's she at? You don't want that bullshit, and that's what they're going to give you. You want to call ahead, or you want to go through their BDS department, their online service department, whatever. And you want to start
BDS?
Business development.
I can't wait. Someday, when Hope's ready to drive and I buy a truck and give her mine, we are going to live stream negotiating for a new truck.
You got to let me in on this one.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant we as in the crew.
Okay, because I love fucking with salesmen.
That's one of the things you might have a hard time with. I've never. It's usually a policy. It's usually a policy. They won't talk. You can't get nitty gritty on the numbers a lot of times over the phone. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes they'll be like, "This is the lowest number that I can quote you over the phone, sir. If you'd like to come in, show your sincerity, maybe we could sit down. But that's the lowest advertised price that I can quote you over the phone." And you'll run into that, and that's just they're up against a rule. You're dealing with somebody who doesn't have all the power. You want to be there so you could deal with the highest, most powerful person in that dealership. You want to deal with the general manager, or if it's you don't want to deal with small. You want to talk to the general manager every time. You don't want, preferably, you don't want just a manager. You want the general manager if you can do that. You want the guy whose personal bottom line is affected by units sold, and that's generally just the new car sales manager, but to an even greater extent, the general manager.
It's like some valuable ass advice for everybody listening.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they will negotiate with you. Like people go in and they're afraid. I've seen it in people's eyes that they're terrified of me. When you get them down at the negotiating table, they're shaking. And to them, the only out that they know, there's 2 different ways people go. Some people just agree. They just take it. They completely submit to anything and everything that you propose, and they take it. And then and the other response is running. They're like, I gotta go. I gotta go. Okay, bye. My wife, this, that, the other. No bullshit. They're afraid, so they're running. And the third one is pretty rare, and it's only when I would get insulting with people was they get pissed, but that didn't happen much. But some people would just kill it, fall right over, and sign up, and you don't want to do that. You want to spend at least half an hour negotiating it. If you're not in there for half an hour, you're not doing it right.
I spent 9 hours doing mine.
That salesman hated your fucking guts. I've done 9-hour deals. They're shitty as hell.
I spent 9 hours doing it.
Yeah, he hated you.
You want a whole new topic?
Sure.
Wings. You used to be a 911 operator?
For a very short period of time, like 2 weeks.
What happened? Why did you stop after 2 weeks?
YouTube? I did not that was when we were talking about the pay period where we didn't get paid for like 6 months. At that time, when I first started YouTube, I was on unemployment, and because I was laid off at the time, and unemployment was about to run dry on me, so I got back into the workforce to try and pay the bills in hopes that my YouTube dream would kick off, and it eventually did, and then I quit.
Okay, so you quit that job?
Yes.
Did you hate the job?
Long hours. It's 24 on, 48 off.
Holy smokes,
wow.
You work 24 hours in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
It's like you work 24-hour shifts, you get 48 hours off.
How do you stay awake during that?
Coffee.
You know, after 18 hours of being awake, your body's at a .04 BAC.
Get out.
Or well, similar mindset.
Huh.
That's the way they do it around here. 24 on, 48 off.
I tried to drive from Boston to Atlanta in a straight shot, and I think it was about 19 hours into the drive after being lost for a while. That's longer than it normally takes. My hands were shaking, like genuinely, like it looked like I had Parkinson's, like seriously shaking uncontrollably. I had like 5 monsters, and I was like, shit, I gotta stop.
I mean,
Like I wanted to man up and do the whole thing.
you get some adrenaline with 911 though. Like you get people that are scared, and you're trying to talk them down, and you got this rap sheet you got to go down, and there's certain things you can't do. Like you're not allowed to hang up on them. If they hang up, you have to call them back.
Did you ever want to swear at somebody that called 911? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, here's what I got to tell you to do.
I think the worst one I got was a turkey. Somebody had ran over their husband's turkey with their car, and they called 911.
It was an emergency for the turkey.
That turkey was dead as shit.
I imagine Wings being like, I'll be right there, and like tucking a napkin into his collar as he runs out the door.
So what'd you say to him? What'd you have to say? Did you have to...
You gotta give them the standard answer. You gotta be professional. Like it was like, ma'am, this is 911. This is for people emergencies. I can look up the number for the local veterinarian's office if you'd like, but continued use of the service in this manner could be a criminal offense.
That was pretty well handled, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's what you'd want.
I'd like him to say, ma'am, this is for humans.
Did that bother you, getting a call like that, or did that like...
Dude, you get them all you basically, when you take breaks, you basically go over who had the loony calls.
Really? You got lots of calls like that?
Yeah, people call 911 for like busting the water. Like we had this one woman that when I worked there, she had like hot water, and she turned it on, and the water thing broke, and hot water started shooting up out of her spigot, and she like called 911 in a panic.
Wow, I never thought of it that way, that people use 911 as just a cure-all for, like, oh, this happened in my life, I'm panicking.
Yeah,
Call
I've seen
911.
that in my life. Like, I hate to make this generalization, but it's usually hysterical women that I've seen will do this, like, 911. And I'm like,
just
wait a
don't
minute.
know. People
This
are
is
like,
not a 911 emergency. And I think even inside of this minor emergency, we should stop and talk about just what a 911 emergency is, you dumbass. I've seen people call 911 over the most ridiculous thing, like snakes in your yard and shit like that. And I'm out there and I've like picked the thing up and gotten it out of the yard, and the cops are there like with tactical gear, like they're about to fight a king cobra or something. Of course,
we wouldn't dispatch for a snake. You basically got to tell them to call animal control.
it depends. If you're in a small area that has animal control, they send them. But if not, I've heard tales of the cops throwing, the cats that they're dead, the euthanized cats into the incinerators, and crazy shit like that. A lot of the animal control duties end up falling to the cops in small areas.
I wish our cops actually did work for their money.
Oh, wait a minute! Did you just say that you wish your cops were throwing dead cats in incinerators? So they could
When you work for 911 dispatch, you're actually in a government building. Mine was the M.L. Brown building, and the Horry County State Police was right there. Well, Horry County Police, not state.
Does that
police.
job have benefits?
It does. It has full city benefits, like a city job. But you're there with them, and they're the biggest pricks ever. They feel like they're above everybody else. They have this cocky walk about them. I mean, that's where the core of my hating cops actually comes from, is actually working around them. Because they look at themselves as a superior person, and they feel like they're superior. And they don't do shit.
I'm sorry that you've had that experience, because I've just really had the opposite experience. I've been around like several police officers, and when they were in plain clothes, and also when they were in uniform, and they always treated me straight up, no matter what. They were friendly with me. They were just nice guys, and they talk off the record about how they really thought about things, and they didn't really have any opinions about anything that I disagreed with. None of that hardcore macho bullshit that sometimes we think of them. None of that. They're just a lot of fear and a lot of like worry that they have to deal with
But
Crazy stuff.
Conway isn't a good one.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen those videos on the internet that just make you despise the guy who's abusing his power. But for every one of those, I think there's a lot of guys who are just doing the job.
We had one cop. God, he was a Horry County cop, and he was like on like national TV because he freaked out on like an old black woman, and she drug her out the car window and pointed a gun at her. She was like, it's 70 at least.
Yeah, I see that stuff, and I just can't believe it. I can't fathom how that happened. How not just someone in a uniform who has responsibilities and has taken an oath and has all this sensitivity training in this day and age, I'm sure, and yet that's the guy who snapped and dragged a granny out of a car. That's the guy that shoots some lady 3 times with a taser when she was refusing to show ID or something.
Did you see that? Did you see the guy in Toronto who actually went to jail?
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about.
There was a shooting in Toronto on a tram, and the guy was holding a knife on the tram, and the whole night there was nobody else on the tram with him, and there was something like 21 cops around him, and a cop shot him 9 times. He shot him 3 when he was standing, and he shot him 6 times when he was down, and then they tased him.
Oh man, I gotta say, I saw a video the other day of this jackass going apeshit in a subway somewhere, and he was completely naked, grown man, like 38, 35, 40 years old, and he's literally chasing people in the subway, like swinging at them, not in like a crazy, confused manner, like he's fucked up. And I'm thinking to myself, like, somebody, if somebody had a gun and they shot this guy, I feel like it'd be justified. This guy is like literally chasing people around like a fucking zombie. So I don't know what that guy did in Toronto, but it's odd that these people get shot and there's no video for me to see what led up to it.
Well, you can see the video. That's why he got put arrested. Like the guy had no intention of going near them. He was like,
okay, well if he just executed somebody, I'm not defending that.
Yeah, he's probably 15 feet away with like 3 cameras on him because people were standing around with cell phones.
I just always like to give the cops the benefit of the doubt.
I think what really hung him out, he was like, "Come at me, motherfucker, and I'll waste you." he just screams it.
Wild card?
No. Bullshit.
We're 3 hours into it, I think.
Kyle is the hero that the fuck nerds need. They love you for that. You know you did that just to be popular.
No, I want more. I want to milk something else.
Well, I want to buy Call of Duty 4 and start downloading so I can play the motherfucker on PC.
There's
Okay,
always
Kyle.
another day.
What's your topic?
Yeah. Bring it on.
What is my topic?
I'll make it easy for you, Kyle. D.C. mayor vetoed a bill in Washington, D.C. That would make the minimum wage $12.25 or something like that, above $10 an hour for big box store workers.
I'm going to get me a big box store job. $12.25
I don't
around
know.
here is like high paying job.
I don't know enough about the economics to go along with those decisions to have a good well-formed opinion about that. I just don't know. In my heart, there's a cold part of my Scrooge McDuck self that wants to say, let the market decide what the wage is. If they'll work for $5, then let them work.
The market also bred child labor and robber barons.
Hey, everybody needs
and
a
all
job.
that bad shit.
Lefties against letting children work, ladies and gentlemen. Lefties against children expressing their artistic and intellectual prowess at an early age. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want them in the coal mines. I'm such a bastard.
Not the coal mines. In other jobs where their tiny fingers and bendy arms will come to our aid. In the aeronautics industry,
Well, making Nike shoes, maybe.
assembling turbines.
Let me weigh in on this. I know you said big box stores, but I owned a restaurant for a little while. It was Joanne's Kitchen, and if I had to pay $12.50 an hour, I would have been out of business in the first week.
Yep. There are probably a lot of businesses that can't afford to pay all of their workers a living wage. And you know
I
what?
have a question.
Those businesses probably shouldn't be in business.
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, it's food costs. Your food cost is so high, and people's expectations of what food should cost is so low. Like if you had to pay $12.50, that same meal you'll get for $3.99 theoretically has to be somewhere along the lines of $5.50 now.
Yeah, and consumers will have to pay more, and it's going to hurt. People are going to hurt. People are going to hurt, yes, but there needs people need a living wage.
Inflating the minimum wage for medial jobs. All it does is hurt the economy and make everything get more expensive. What you really should do is you should find the balance and basically assign what a job is worth, just like almost like a car plant.
That sounds like
Woody, tell us what's
communism,
right. Tell us what's right, Woody. Lead us from this darkness.
What's wrong with it, Kyle? Instead of just insulting me.
No,
I don't think he's
I'm not
saying
insulting you. I don't know the answer to this question. I genuinely don't.
My
Like I
answer-
said, what I was saying earlier is part of me wants to let the market decide. Part of me wants to say if they'll work for $5, then let them work. But another part of me can do the fucking math and see that a working couple, working family, both working full-time jobs, and they don't make enough money to even cover the fucking child care, much less raise a family. So that doesn't work.
Right? So typically when you enforce regulations on how much people pay, or like if you put a similar kind of regulation might be a tariff, right? Let's say that I'm a USA company and you're a Chilean company, so I just make your stuff $1,000 more expensive than mine. Poof, now I can compete with you. Now we can pay our people more. But you get weird things and you get inefficient economies when the government starts determining how much people should earn or determining how much a product should cost. And overall, when you have these regulations on the economy, they hold the planet back from their advancement. Right? That's the general school of thought in economics when these things happen. If we just throw a tariff on all Japanese cars to make them more expensive so American cars can compete, then in the long run, American cars aren't going to be as good as they would otherwise be if we made them compete on a neutral setting. That's the one argument. The other, like you said, I mean, gosh, that child labor comes from things like this. Acts of cruelty in the marketplace come from things like this. You almost need a union force to sort of counteract the management force, or they take advantage of the workers. They have all the power, they have all the money, and they beat this stuff down so hard. But if you work out a third hand, if you don't let American companies do that, then African companies surely will, and they'll be happy to produce things cheap, or there's places in Southeast Asia that will do it. So, it's like the answer, I think, is in some kind of moderation, and I don't know where that is. I don't think $12 on big box stores is a good thing. It seems like a really high minimum wage, and it's applied only to what? Walmarts and
there
I
was.
imagined Home Depots and Walmarts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some 75. If the store was 75,000 square feet and met some minimum number of workers, I think
it seems almost punitive. Look, you guys are so successful. We're going to start putting the brakes on you, and I don't like it. I mean, I like the idea of people earning living wages and stuff, but it's too heavy-handed. They've gone too far with that one. I'd have vetoed it as well.
Yeah, and that's a good moderate, rational and it's an ebb and flow. Like we were just, I mean, it's a whole lot more complicated, the economy and economics and stuff. But we were talking with it about, or in a similar vein, we're talking about PC versus console gaming. Depending on what you want, depending on what the answer is, there's a give and take for any given course. Whether you want to err more towards the free market, you're going to put more power into the hands of people that are already at the top of the free market and rich, and people that are receiving big government welfare like the banks and big corporations and stuff. But if you err more on the side of, the middle and lower class and raising minimum wage and all this stuff, then you put a lot of pressure on inflation, and you do a bunch of the things that Woody was talking about. And
global, right? So everything is global now. If I say, all right, let's say it's not a big box store, but it's a manufacturing outfit. Let's say you make mufflers. All of a sudden, everyone that works there has to earn $15 an hour. How is that company going to compete with another muffler company that manufactures their stuff in Mexico, where people work for significantly less than $15 an hour?
I think we should tariff all those imported goods.
Yeah, and then you got to look at the importance of the job. What if the guy sweeping the floor at the muffler shop, does he have to make $15 an hour?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think I talked a couple PKAs ago about the women's rights in the workplace. We had a client that built railroads, and for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, everything in building a railroad is freaking heavy, super heavy. Even like a 5-gallon pail filled of railroad ties is too heavy for most women to carry. The rails, those things, the rail itself, like one of those. So when you assign people to a railroad task, you always do it in even numbers because everything's so heavy, everything has to be carried by 2 men. And the only jobs the women could do in railroad construction was pretty much flag woman. And, when they came around and got audited by the state for not hiring enough women, they're like, what do we do? This shit's heavy.
There are no women who can handle the task.
You obviously took a Craigslist out ad asking for gladiators.
I can just imagine the scenario. Can anyone carry the bucket of cross ties? And like one woman steps forward and does it.
Her name's Big Jane.
There's always that counter argument, right? I mean, there's going to be some woman out there who's stronger than I am, but if you're looking for equality in the workplace, they're difficult to find.
Yeah, whenever you're doing a physically demanding job, you want to be matched up with someone of equal or greater strength. You never want to be like the strong guy who gets the heavy end. That's bullshit. No. No.
On a related note, I remember how proud I was when I transformed into that guy carrying stuff with my dad, right? Like, my dad now, he's like 65 years old. So if we carry something heavy, I grab the hard end. At some point in my life, like, I don't know, I was in my mid-20s or something, and it was like, yeah, I'll take this side. I got this, Dad. I'm not saying you can't, but look, it should be me.
My back's a little younger.
Yeah, I'm just saying, why don't you let me handle this? And he's like, I think you're right. That side should be you. Mm-hmm. That was a neat moment.
Yeah, I always get stuck with the heavy side. It sucks.
Yeah, well, you're over there trying to pick up 360-pound men on a whim.
God.
Like, I'm just gonna sit up and deadlift this guy. I got it. Hold on.
It pissed me off. Like, I used to be able to do that.
I think he's the only guy you can't lift in the house, though.
Are there
Maybe
other
like
people
9
you could lift?
If
Yeah,
you
I
were to
could lift
grab
everybody else
Gangster
in the house.
Grandma,
Could we see that? Could
Get
we see you
Bastard
lift
Book.
everyone in the house? Like that was like a manly thing for you. I will lift everyone in this house.
just
Except for you, Sir Kelly. You heaviest of the trailer dwellers.
The sandwich slayers, the cheeseburger bandit.
The cheeseburger bandit.
The Boy Scout.
You, sir! You'd get a pass! I will not be lifting you today!
I imagine it like King
I
Arthur's
will
court,
come back
right?
to you another day! Not today, sir! Don't know!
I shall spare you the humiliation of being lifted today, sir!
I like how Woody's turn of the century guy turned Indian.
Return and lift me more.
Did it turn Indian to anybody else? I will lift you above my stone.
Midsummer's Eve air.
In my head, I was doing it as good as Kyle. I was like, I've got this! I'm really good at Kyle's turn of the century.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was good. It just, there was a little hint of like
Oh, yeah.
Apu from the Quickie Mart there. And that's a Simpsons reference, not a racist reference, you bastards. Even though the Simpsons reference, the Simpsons Apu character is probably a little bit racist.
Totally racist.
I want to be fair. I did get him up about this far.
I didn't see that.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
I
I know
would
you can
love
see
it
it on
if you would gather the rest of the members of
Wings, I
your
think we
cast
should
and
do
crew
this.
and
How many
lift them
people are
all.
awake in the trailer right now?
Like one after another, lift those motherfuckers.
There's Charlie, my brother, his girlfriend, Kelly, and his wife.
Line them up! Line them up! Small to large!
Yes.
I can definitely do Charlie. I can probably do him
From
one-handed.
the tiniest tot to the largest of lives. Line them up here.
Line them up and lift them in the style of fireman, one by one.
That accent gets worse as it goes.
Now you're the voodoo guy from the Roger Moore movie.
I don't do accents.
You are in great trouble, Mr. Bond.
Do it, Wings. Get them. Line them up.
I can't, dude. Like Kira, she has this sight problem. Charlie's probably drunk and he'll fight back.
Oh, dude, I'd love that. I'd love that
I'm
so
not
much
seeing-
if you fought Charlie.
These are not obstacles which impede the rape squad to kill us.
There's you the
That was
10
good.
minute
No, that was good. That was good.
Was that a helmet? That got a little scary.
Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
He was just like really angry German.
Going all over the place.
Right, Lefty?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, small and drunk. None of these things. Bring it, Wings. Come on.
You know, Bastard
Fireman's
Brooke is
carrying
high as a
one by
kite.
one.
He's just like a solid mass.
Dude, I'd love you
I
to get
can't do
back.
Grandma. She got a graph in her and Bastard.
I would do it. I swear I would. You know, when it came time to the wet challenge, I was Johnny on the spot.
He ruined his floor. I bet he had.
That's why he's got the rug over there. I saw that earlier.
There's a new carpet in the man cave.
Did the wet not clean up
Come
properly?
on now. Let's see.
No, it just
I've
needed-
done a head shave. I've attempted to pick a guy up. I've ate a ghost pepper. I've destroyed my office door.
Have you ever lifted a woman high above your head while on camera? Well, hit it.
Oh, I'm not one to back down from these physical challenges.
Now Kyle's a Bond villain. Hello, Mr.
Now, Mr. Bond.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come
I've
on. Let's
always,
get some.
people that can do accents always impress me. It's like
Oh, I impressed you, did I?
Yeah, he's the man. When he breaks,
I have like zero accent ability. Like I have my accent and that's it.
Come on, Wings, grab a guy.
There's only one other dude in the house.
The grab a girl? No, it was your brother, too. There's like a couple dudes in the house.
I could easily pick my brother up though. That's not even
Show
a
me.
challenge.
I
Line
once
them up.
lifted a wall behind
Line
me.
them up, small
He-
to large.
He will not accept. They're busy playing Call of Duty.
Ah.
No
The,
fun.
the talk is large, but the delivery is small.
Boy once lifted a
Have you
kangaroo
ever
clear
tried
above
to?
my
You ever
head.
tried to convince a person that was probably drinking to let you pick them up?
People who've been drinking are most likely to let you pick them up.
It's beer! Red Stripe beer!
Hooray, beer!
that's good. That's good. Mine turns a little Scottish at the end if I'm not careful.
Beer!
Yeah, my Christopher Walken turns Jewish.
Christopher
Let's do the
Walken
Christopher
is
Walken, Lefty.
hard to do. His
Yeah,
accent
kiddies, what are you doing? Listening
it's here- it's here and
PKA.
there.
It's a crazy podcast on the internet. I don't even know what
You got a
you're
good
talking
Christopher
about
Walken.
half the time. And then it turns to an old Jewish man. Oh, dear.
Yes, it does. Oh, yeah, totally. Because he is an old Jewish man. That's why.
That's
He's
true.
an old Jewish man from New York. Of course it turns into that. That's the natural progression of the Christopher
You know,
Walken
here's a fun
person.
story that kind of segues to last week. Christopher
Wait,
Walken was the
we
guy.
changed the topic from Wings lifting other people.
He's not going to lift him.
I'm not gonna lift
He's-
nobody. We're done with that. Let's run its course.
It's right, its course, he said. You know what I would like to say?
Maybe on a night where people are
Wings,
more
let me
sober.
say this. Let me say this. I think this would be a cool challenge. I think this. So all right. So losing weight can be hard, especially
is
when
hard.
you're combining exercise to it. Because I don't know what you're doing as far as physically, but if you're doing some physical stuff, you're building some muscle too, and muscle weighs a lot more than fat. So it's conceivable. I'm not giving you a way out by any means, but it's conceivable that you have lost some fat. You've lost 2 or 3 pounds of fat more than you think. But you've also put on a little bit of muscle.
2 or 3 pounds.
He's
when,
right.
When we're saying 20 or 30, I'll be more in the ballpark.
But what
than
I'm
be worried
getting
about
at is I think, and one thing you should keep in mind is every pound of muscle burns, I don't know, 800 calories
the
a day
number
or something like
the,
that.
The number is more. The number is more for viewers than it is for me.
I
I'm
think
doing
something
it to
that would be
feel
cool
good.
for you though would be if you did some weightlifting.
Weightlifting. I mean that.
Like nothing that
I got
you,
a
that-
25
nothing that-
pounder.
No, listen to me for a second. Not anything crazy. Not any power cleans or anything that's gonna make it difficult because you're a big guy. But like
You
bench
ever
presses
seen the Scorpion,
or like,
Kyle?
or like incline bench press or something like that?
Kyle,
That would
have
be
you ever
cool
seen the
to see your weight
Scorpion?
go up every week. I have seen a scorpion.
Not the gun. The yoga stance.
Yes, I have seen that as well.
I want to do that. That's my goal.
The scorpion, the yoga stance?
I think a 200-pound bench press would be a better goal.
I could probably. I don't know. 200 pounds is a lot. I could bench pressing right now. I could probably do 140 to 150.
Oh my lord. That is an ambitious goal.
What's an ambitious? Yeah, it's a very ambitious goal. That's why I decided to go with the 200-pound bench press, which I think you could knock out if you worked at it for about a month.
Yeah, I'd say about a month would take to get 200 pounds.
Oh shit.
And I think if you know some accomplishments like that, when you see that you're getting stronger, it gives you the same kind of boost that it would
I
when
feel
you lose
great,
weight.
Kyle.
All right, wait. I want to do a
Oh,
pause.
I want to show you something.
I'm just saying, whenever
You see this right here? This is a
It's-
glass of sweet tea I poured 3 days ago.
That's gross, man.
That's disgusting. Is your
I
mean,
see
point
it's
you're
evaporated. I
unsanitary?
see that it has indeed evaporated like a quarter of an inch and left a dirty film. And I want you to drink that shit.
Wiggs, I'm proud of you for not drinking the sweet tea, but yeah, dude, that's gross.
You know what that is?
I
Because it's
just wanna let you
evaporated and kind of
know,
condensed
I have
down. That's
lost
super
desire
sweet
to
tea.
drink sugary drinks almost. Well, I still drink Coke from
Wings?
time to time. But
To the gang. I'm looking at the scorpion pose, and I'm looking at our cast tonight. I think of the people we have here, Evan is most likely to be able to do a scorpion pose.
Dude, this looks rough.
Evan, I'm just saying, I've seen you naked and you're in pretty good shape. I would like to see you give the scorpion pose a try.
come on,
And
Evan, give it a try.
I will allow using the wall as an aid.
You start out with the walls aid anyway. That's how you start to learn it, because you don't come with natural balance.
Oh my god, I'm watching a video of it, and this girl. So you put your elbows down, and then put your head, and then walk your toes up as your butt goes in the air, right?
Yep, and then you go to a complete
And then all of a sudden
handstand,
your
and then you
feet
come
pop.
back down into a push-up position.
Wow.
Show me. You
And
can
how-
do it. Wheel that
No.
chair out of the way.
Start with small goals, Wayne.
I almost
Okay.
think I could do that.
That's the
And then-
end goal. Like,
but-
I'm nowhere close to that. Like, I'm struggling with like Soldier 1 and 2, and like, yeah, dude.
I just
I mean, let me. You want to see what I struggle with the most? It's gonna look stupid.
Yeah, sure.
I just love to
But
see-
after that, I want to see Evan do the scorpion pose.
yeah
All right.
yeah.
Shit, I could. I want to show. I don't know if my camera will even pick this up.
All right, let's see this. See this man. I want to talk about Apple before at some point too, and the new iPhone.
Mm.
Because I think they really fucked up.
It's focusing on his face.
Cover your face. I wish he had like a giant like smiley face T-shirt, and it would focus on like yeah. Oh. Perfect.
Sun Tzu wings say.
Go Yito!
Was that Lefty or Kyle?
That was Kyle. That was Kyle.
Ooh. It is you again, Tai Chi.
Oh, Evan's doing it.
This time, you will not escape me.
All right, you guys. I unplugged my headphones so you guys can walk me through it.
Y'all still talking about Scorpion, aren't you?
Yeah, we saw you do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I gave you a Japanese voice. It was fun for a little while.
Hey, this angle looks familiar.
Okay.
It's a different room.
Oh my.
All right.
It's just I had to get in one. Woody got in like 5. I wanted one.
Okay.
I will
Wait,
take.
walk me through it.
I will get no laughter from this man.
But,
Sorry.
so he can hear us. I don't really know what to tell him to do. Okay, bring your forearms to the correct distance apart. Grab each elbow with the opposite hand.
Grab each elbow.
Elbows on the ground. Yes. Yep, that's it.
Okay, the video I'm watching, she like puts her head between her hands like this.
Hold on, that might be step 3.
This is great. This is so. Now look, why can't Woody get us a hot chicken yoga?
you know what's gonna
pants to do
suck?
this?
He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall right into that
Yeah.
dresser if he does it there.
All right,
Get the
so
wall, Pep.
painkiller already,
They're gonna
audience.
fall.
We need a yoga instructor who would like to demonstrate some poses for us.
Yeah, don't make iFly do it. iFly doesn't have to do it.
And
Well,
they can
the idea is that we want to see somebody attempt it.
I know, but he's gonna.
Right. Wow,
We
so
want-
she
no,
goes
we
into
want-
this handstand-like thing.
We want a hot one though, just to be clear.
That's what I would do. Yes, I would do that, and I would just throw my feet up against the wall and then curl down. Nice, nice. Yes.
There you
the
go.
bend of his spine.
There you
is-
go. And now bring
Bend
your
your-
belly button toward the camera somehow.
Yeah, you kind of bend in the middle.
You got to come down slow.
No. You're
Like arc your
your
back.
weight.
Arc your back.
See, that's not it. You gotta.
That's a handstand.
I think you've forgotten what the scorpion pose looks like.
Yeah, I did. Let me watch it again.
You got. It's about the
PKA
speed.
gymnastics.
It's got to be fluid. It's got to be nice and slow, like a workout.
No, it doesn't have to be any of those things. If I could take a still picture that looked like a scorpion, I will give him full credit.
Charlie, come here.
So yeah,
Okay.
we need
I want to see me
But-
pick you up.
Oh wow! Yeah, go pick him up. Pick him right up.
Oh God, we're doing multiple feats of strength here.
If he drops him on the dog. What if he drops him on
there
the
we
dog?
go.
How hardcore would that
Fireman in
be?
the style of a fireman.
Fireman.
In the style of a fireman.
He picked that dude up like he was Santa Claus picking up a little lad of 3.
It's like
much you weigh,
Festivus in the
Riley?
feats of
Wings is a
strength.
strong guy. Now, Wings always says he couldn't fight. Wings could destroy that man right there.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that guy, Wings? Like,
He's about 135, 140.
okay, so he's a really tiny guy, but as far as somebody like that size, like a guy that size, you could
I'm
beat the
seeing-
shit out of him. You could kill him.
I'm seeing the same video
Just
that
grab
Evan
him
saw, I
and
think. Was it
destroy
a
him.
pretty Asian woman in a white shirt?
No, this is Yoga Asana Vander Kinselgung something. But I don't like if my legs are against the wall. I don't see how I'm supposed to bring my feet towards my head.
Let me show you a good
You know,
one.
bend your knees.
Come on. Mommy wants to go play Diablo.
In the Google chat, I think this is a nice video.
Sure,
That
you wanna-
shows, this is
you
how
know
I would have
Killer
attacked the
Instinct?
problem.
The game?
Yeah.
They coming out for that on Xbox, you know that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Wings is like getting updates on the news. Yeah, it's Scorpion looks pretty hard.
Yeah. Like, have you guys seen the video that goes along with it?
No, is Woody checking out his room to see if he could attempt it?
You know, it's weird, right? Because I'm old. And I look at things, and in my memory, I'm like, oh, yeah. That's the sort of thing that I can do, right? You know, because I was fit. And without consulting you, the universe just takes some shit from you. And they don't tell you or anything. Like, I haven't tried anything like a scorpion in quite some time. And I just wonder, like, has that been removed without my knowledge? Like, I don't know, take a good cartwheel, or a front handspring, right? I did a front handspring a little while ago, like this year, and I wasn't really sure. Like, I wonder if front handsprings have just been removed from the things that I can do, because that happens.
Okay.
Yes.
What they usually say about old people is that they're spry, and he's like, yeah, she's spry, and that basically means that you're like 70 years old, but you have a nice gait
Yes.
about
Oh,
the way you
He's
move.
doing it. He's doing it.
That is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
I should
I'm
be
pretty happy with that.
How does your spine feel?
Wait a minute, I got this. I was.
Hey, dude, click that video. A guy does the dismount of the scorpion perfectly in that video.
Who cares about the dismount? This man.
The dismount's the hard part. That's the
and
whole
he's going
part you
back for
work
more.
on.
He doesn't feel like that was good enough.
The headstands.
Oh,
easy
what is this?
part.
This chick's got her feet behind her. Fuck that, dude.
Click
Is
the
it,
video.
Ishana Karela?
No, this is a different dude.
No, this Yogi Najasana both
Look at
legs.
this man. He's doing it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I wish he were the other way so we could see the bend.
Right.
No,
But
that's
I'll
that's
take
close
it. I
enough.
think
Good
you did a pretty
Yeah,
job.
that's definitely close enough. That's great.
Supply,
That's awesome.
subscribe YouTube.com/iFlyILLINI daily yoga tips and tricks.
Yeah, but see, that's what I
and
want to be
general
able to,
acrobatics.
And
I want to
general
be able to do
acrobatics.
that.
No, have you seen this Yoga Nadrisana, both legs behind the head?
Is this the one Wings is linking?
I linked the one with the scorpion. I want to be able to do.
Like you always joke about chicks being able to put their legs behind their head when they're, having sex, but that just looks painful and weird and creepy and no.
I've done that. That's a little weird. Yeah. It's
I used to be able to do that.
Anyway, it's not a plus. It's not a plus when they can with their head. You seriously you put your legs behind your head?
Oh my God, she goes, her left heel touches the back of her right shoulder. Nope, done. No.
You don't get there overnight, Lefty. It's about stretching. You stretch the
Oh
muscles
my
so they can do it.
No, I'm good. I don't need that level of stretching. I'm good. I don't need to be that flexible.
I've been doing it for 3 nights now, and I started out not able to touch my toes, and on the 3rd night I was able to touch my toes from the same position.
Okay, that's cool, but you don't need to be able to dislocate your
She
entire...
has to know what people think when she does this.
Yeah.
There's only one thought that
But it's awesome.
Oh my god.
That's no.
she's,
Keno McGregor?
that doesn't look. I mean, I'd be down.
Theoretical single Woody wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
But
theoretically.
Look at that leg, dude.
Yeah, it's like her legs don't. They're not supposed
That's
to go
insane.
there.
It's like her leg goes out of joint. Wow. I can just imagine how much that hurts.
I
And
can
she has
see
such
why
a
that
straight
video has
face.
2.5 million views. It earned every one of them.
Remember when we were watching all those Charlie James videos?
Yes.
Does
been
anybody
like 2
else here
years
thinking
ago.
about what it would be like to have sex with her in that position?
Oh no, I hadn't thought that.
I don't think anybody watching that video ever thought anything like that, Wing.
You know she totally does it too. Like there's no like if she can do that.
I
but
wonder,
she, like,
I wonder if she does that as like a nice pillow when she's
what if she
looking
like
around
turned
or
it
something.
down? What if you were dating this chick like in a serious relationship and you were like, hey, could you do that crazy scorpion pose thing? But like put your feet all the way on the ground, like, pretty much bend backwards in half. Let me fuck you. Oh no, I would never do that. That's disgraceful.
It's like what?
She almost looks like she's been in a car accident.
That's why you like that's the point of dating you.
That would be a good Seinfeld episode. Like if it were a modern show, that would be a modern Seinfeld episode.
Well, that's
she was
like-
really bendy.
Right, that would be like Jerry when he asked the masseuse. He's trying to ask the masseuse to give him a
Exactly.
massage.
Exactly what I had in mind. Yeah.
That episode was great.
And you know that's true, right? Like if you date a masseuse, you expect that to be one of the bonuses. Just like if you date a chef, you expect to like have some great food. You date a lawyer, you know you're getting free legal advice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All these are great things. You date a doctor, you don't have to worry about insurance. You get all those free samples and shit. If you've got there's antibiotics rolling out of your drawers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good gig.
Yeah, doctors, they got it easy.
Yeah, but you also got the other thing with doctors are never there, and you got to worry about them being faithful.
That's not. I don't think that's always true. Did
Did you see that one doctor that was always on the History Channel? She got killed by her husband.
No. I think you just thought of the most horrible thing that you could think of that had to do with doctors and said it. I think you were like, in your brain it was like doctors, rape, murder, death, destruction,
I like her-
Hiroshima,
I
Nagasaki,
like her title.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, there was that one chick that everybody liked, and they shot her.
The next one
They
was.
poisoned her. They didn't shoot her.
Did you hear about that surgeon that would have sex with his female patients when they were on anesthesia? Like, Wings, come on, bro.
I didn't catch myself. Like I said, and my sinuses popped last night.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about no. You completely misunderstood.
Just let it go.
No, all right.
Let it go.
No, I wasn't.
So
I wasn't.
Can we talk about Apple's big move and the Apple 5C and the Apple 5S, which comes in 3 colors?
Kick us off.
All right, so forgive me if I get any of the minor facts wrong here, but so they've got the Apple 5C, which is sort of their. I thought originally was their budget model, and when I saw the number $99, I thought that was the actual cost of it, and I thought Apple had just cornered the market and was just about to take over. I thought they had released a budget iPhone with a plastic case, not the metal case, but with, a decent processor, but not the one that they're putting in the 5S, and, decent graphics stuff. And they were going to make a $99 iPhone that every fucking kid in the country was going to be owning in a month. No, they didn't do that. It's like $750 for the 5C with like the full memory or whatever, and it's only like a couple $100 cheaper than the 5S, which is it comes in 3 colors instead of that multicolored plastic bullshit. So it's like silver, gold, and maybe carbon, something like that. And it's the same old bullshit. It's got a thumbprint scanner. Great news, everybody! Now the government has access to your thumbprint.
Here's what I don't like about
Tell me
Apple
it's not
products.
going to happen. If you are anywhere near informed, you know that if you get an iPhone 5S, the government will have access to, if they want to your thumbprint at that moment.
Here's what I don't like about Apple products. I bought this for $850.
Jesus.
If I traded this in toward a 5S, they'd give me $200 for it.
Well, yeah, but you bought your
Wait,
phone
how much
unlocked.
is the 5C with a contract? $100?
$100. You got to get a contract there. Nobody wants that contract bullshit. The phone
Yeah,
needs
you have
to
a
be
contract?
$100.
I don't have a contract. I bought this out of contract. I bought it so I could avoid contracts. So
I
By
have
the
a
way,
contract.
I saw a Reddit post about how to get out of cell phone contracts. You guys want to hear this?
Yes.
Pay them.
Okay, so there are two ways that were, that seem to be the two best ways that everybody agreed. One of them is a little more shady than the other. They both involve lying. Let's say you're with Verizon, and you're in New York, so tons of service from Verizon New York. But you tell them that you are relocating to, I don't know, Bismarck, North Dakota, or some random fucking place in Alaska where they do not have coverage. You just look on the map and find it. They have to drop you immediately. No questions asked. The contract's done. It's all over. They cut ties with you. Or you can call and say that you are the next of kin and that yourself has passed. Now, they have strict orders to not question this, not flag it, not do anything special, not even look a moment further. They simply end the account right there and it's done.
Wow.
But that's pretty shady. I'm just saying.
Fake
I
ignorance.
would not do it myself, but that was the number one no-fail way to get out of your cell phone contract.
Wow.
Well, these work with bank contracts.
I don't. The second one will.
A bait contract?
Yeah, for a
It's
loan.
That you have what is a bait contract?
Bank. B-A-N-K.
Oh, bank. Oh.
Yeah, I thought he said bait too. I was like, wings? What?
Is it like a fishing thing?
I speak his language.
All right, I'm calling a wild card. Yes.
I wanted to keep going.
No, I want to keep going. Stop.
Yeah.
All right, I ended it.